worked with many schmoes over the years. They're my sidekicks and friends, so I adore them. All the schmoes of the world unite. Joker's here, and he's glad he is.
Live from the Schmoes No Network studios in Los Angeles, California, it's time for the Schmoes No Movie Show. Tonight, a preview of Avengers Age of Ultron. It's Avengers Eve! And special guest, Roger Craig Smith. Now, your hosts for the evening, Kristian Harloff, some guy named Mark Ellis, and Miri Jediken.
Hello, Schmoeville! What an intro by the pit boss. It is Ken Napzok bringing us in as he does every Thursday night, 6 to 8 p.m. Kristian Harloff here with...
Hey, I'm Mark Ellis, and I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't realize.
You've been back in a while.
I was doing some math, Kristian.
Yes, sir.
Which you know I love to do in my spare time.
Yes.
I haven't been back here in like 4 weeks.
It's been 4 weeks?
It's been 4 weeks because we
Why do we sound like a Chicago radio show?
It's been 4 weeks.
It's been 4 weeks. Really, how's it?
I got a deep dish pie in Magliano's, right?
Yeah.
It sounds like a place you get pizza there.
This is a very special day in general because not only is Miri Jediken joining us again.
All right.
Miri.
Hi, everybody.
Miri at this point is not going to even get special announcements anymore because she's here so much. She's pretty much part of the crew.
Kind of a regular.
I actually live in the back alley back there.
You've been here more than the two of us in the last 3 weeks.
You know what the problem is?
I've been here a lot.
Is like, you remember like when you had a sitcom in the 90s and like the zany neighbor walks in and they get an applause break from the crowd?
Yeah.
And then they keep showing up every week and then the crowd's like, we're used to
you're
you.
part
I'm
of
the
it now.
guy in Home Improvement that you can only say his.
Now the reason Miri's here is also because we want her here, but because I messed up. Also,
You could say the F word.
I fucked up. So I had said to, because Alicia told me that she was going to be gone for 2 weeks, right?
Oh, boy.
So, and then I think a Schmoevillian also thought the same thing and said, "Oh, Alicia's out for 2 weeks." And I said, "Well, I got to call Miri." And is Miri available? She said, "Yeah." I'm like, "Cool, we're all good."
I know
And
Alicia's back.
Alicia goes, "Well, I'm actually here this week," and I screwed up. But she's so awesome. She's like, "You know what? I don't." The Avengers to me is fun, but you guys are gonna do your thing, and you're so cool to sit next to some character we haven't seen in months. Who's that guy? Yodi.
You know,
I'm back!
You are, and you're loud.
you come in here, you come in here, you're sitting next to Alicia Malone, who, by the way, is a dear to be sitting on the couch. This is what happens when you let a guy who went to Florida State do all your bookkeeping for
Stop
you,
that.
okay?
Stop that.
Reilly comes in, he knows that we're talking about Avengers Age of Ultron
Right.
tonight, so what shirt does he wear? A Hulk shirt? A Thor shirt?
Superman.
I
Yeah.
believe that's a DC character.
Always.
Way
Always.
to go with the theme.
Look, I play the theme everywhere. Come on.
Yeah, you have it on your arm. You don't need it on your chest.
I need it everywhere.
Fine.
Well, look, Kristian
the
and I,
Avengers?
and I believe Miri has, and I believe Alicia has seen Avengers Age of
Yeah.
Ultron.
Yeah.
Actually, I missed the show on the 9th. April 9th was the last time that I missed that show. I missed the next show for Star Celebration. Was on the road last week in Pennsylvania. I'm back, and I cannot wait to talk about this movie. It's spoiler-free.
It's all spoiler free, and I know a lot of people, and everyone should know this, and I just said this in the chat board. If one of you rotten humps
Hey.
that thinks about spoiling the movie,
Yes, you
are banned from Schmoeville forever.
Forever.
So you're gone, and you humps, you're gone. So
Is that the same as lovely lady lumps?
I don't think so. Not from my
I
town.
just hear my humps and
Your milkshake ain't going to make no boys in the yard go anything because you're going to be gone.
So think about that, you rotten skunks, before you do that. But for the rest of you guys who are excited to talk about the preview to Avengers, we're going to be doing that. We'll be talking about, we're also going to have Roger Craig Smith in here. He's back on the show.
Speaking of DC Comics, Reilly, wake
Yeah,
up.
Talking about his new project he's got going.
One of the
And
voices of Batman.
Tom Dagnino will be here.
Oh,
Remember
that
him?
guy.
Tom
That guy.
Dagnino, yeah.
Oh, he's still
Is he
around.
related to Finstock?
Not related. No, it was like his demon for a long time. But Tom will be here to talk. And then at 7 o'clock, we have a very special new game that we're going to be playing.
Kristian and I did some. We did some
look
cooking
on our
last
faces.
night. Yeah, it was like Ben and Jerry when they came up with a new ice cream flavor. It's like, oh, we really got a good one. We got waffle cone bits.
But
in
it
this
can't
one.
be as good as Cherry Garcia.
This might be the Cherry Garcia
Really?
of games.
It might be pretty good. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're absolutely going to enjoy that at 7 o'clock. But we are also very excited to have back something else. The news. The news is finally back after God knows how long. Ken, before we get you started on the news, why have you been so neglectful to the fan?
Well, 1 week I think I was asked not to do the news. 1 week
By yourself in the mirror?
1 week I was invited to an Italian dinner, which was great, by the way.
It's delicious.
We don't need to go this deep into your personal life.
Why
We
are
just
you being
simply
so-
want to know why you hate the fans.
yes.
That's coming up on an episode of Napzok File. But I'm having a midlife crisis, and
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do the news anymore.
You're too young to have a midlife crisis.
That is so untrue. Your Periscope that you did, by the way.
Which was 100% true.
It was. And it really, did you see it?
I was hanging out last night at my apartment, as I'm wont to do, with some company, and
Yeah.
I turned on the Ken Napzok Periscope to show some company how Periscope works. And my God, we had a good.
So you didn't answer that question. Did you see the one I'm talking about?
We
with
had a
him?
good chuckle where Ken clearly had writer's block.
Oh, okay, you did see that.
And because he was trying to write the news, Ken and I have been texting back and forth. Ken and I, sometimes we bounce ideas off each other. I know you, as a stand-up comic for many years, sometimes you get writer's block, and the best way to do it is to force yourself to perform,
Right.
which is what Periscope does.
Yes.
And so I think Ken went into that Periscope not having anything. His mind was a blank slate, but I think he left that Periscope with some ideas percolating.
Is this true?
Do we get a news?
You know what? Let's just start it. Here he is, Ken Napzok with the news.
I'm Ken Napzok, and these are your Schmoesno headlines brought to you by Schmoesno.com, your source for movie news, reviews, and clues. Our top story tonight. Someone at Sony Pictures has heard that silly girls can play act in movies just as good as stinky boys can. This we know after it was learned that it appears as though Sony is set to move forward on a so-called all-women edition of a 21 Jump Street movie. Lucia Aniello and Paul W. Downs, part of the cult hit show Broad City, are reportedly set to write the movie, which will focus on a as-of-yet-to-be-named female lead characters. This movie would expand on the Channing, Chet, Tatum, Jonah Hill universe, but not affect the upcoming 23 Jump Street. Phew, thank God, said men everywhere. Let's keep that storyline pure. And I say, and it looks as though Sony will make a Jump Street Men in Black crossover film as previously leaked in emails, which was all foretold in the book of Revelation when it was written, and then God said, when you see a desperate crossover abomination in development, the end of days is upon you. No official comment from Sony, as they just like to wait until their emails are hacked to confirm the stories. A week or so after the world wasted precious moments of their life debating the new photo of Jared Leto's Suicide Squad Joker and giving a collective meh to the first official Batman v Superman trailer, WBDC has released two posters for the film. One with Superman hidden beneath the bat symbol and one with Batman hidden behind the Superman S. Oh, I see what you did there. Then a plain photo of Ben Affleck's Batman was released, and if you wanted the new Batman to look like he's holding in a fart on a first date, then this is the promo pic for you. Also, stories have emerged that Leto's Joker just might have a cameo in Batman v Superman, which would bring the list of characters in the movie to a record 87. Principal photography wrapped in December, but rumors have sprung up after Ben Affleck was spotted in Toronto, where Suicide Squad is being filmed, perhaps meaning Bats will also have a cameo in Suicide Squad. Confused? You know who isn't? Marvel Studios. They know they're winning. When The Kingsman, the Secret Service raked in over $400 million worldwide, easily earning back its $80 million budget, you just knew the word sequel was falling from the plump, posh lips of some Fox studio executive who counts all the money he earns while standing naked in a swimming pool made of the tears of failed screenwriters. Well, The Wrap is reporting that Fox is moving forward on a sequel to the movie and that the hope is certainly that Matthew Vaughn and co-writer Jane Goldman would return. Vaughn has been open about wanting a sequel to the property he helped create with Mark Millar. No official word from Fox at this time, but it sure is fun to put words in their mouth. New Line, MGM's upcoming third installment of the Barbershop series, has added comedian Dion Cole to the cast, which finds Ice Cube being joined by Cedric the Entertainer and Common. Malcolm D. Lee is set to direct. The first two Barbershops, released in 2002 and 2004, grossed a respectable combined $140 million domestically. Note to white people, watching the upcoming Barbershop does not count as, quote, having black friends, where you get into an argument about race at Starbucks.
That's awesome.
After not returning my emails, Sony has set their eyes on Furious 7 director James Wan to helm the upcoming big screen version of the Robotech franchise. Wan is a hot commodity with his name circling such projects like Furious 8 and Aquaman, as well as being confirmed for The Conjuring 2, The Enfield Poltergeist, which is what happens when you direct a film that just passed Avatar as the fastest film ever to gross $1 billion internationally. Furious 7, all hail Vin Diesel, which also means you can't ignore Vin Diesel at parties anymore. Robotech, the reason I ran home from school to get to my parents' TV on time, has no release date as of yet. The $6 Billion Man, the big screen adaptation and update of the classic 70s TV show The $6 Million Man, already has Peter Berg on board to direct, but now the project is adding Oscar-nominated writer-director Damien Szifron, am I saying that right, Alicia, as the screenwriter. Argentinian filmmaker Szifron received a Best Foreign Language Film nomination last year for his anthology-style movie Wild Tales. This guy, Szifron, said that the themes surrounding this beloved property allow for the creation of a memorable sci-fi actioner as well as a bold spy thriller. That's part of a release statement that seems to have been constructed in the generic statement Cratotron 2000. When reached for a comment about the movie, Lee Majors, the original $6 Million Man, said he's sorry for not returning your mom's phone calls in 1977. And finally, a big star has been confirmed to be returning for the upcoming Jurassic World. Director Colin Trevorrow told Slash Film that the T-Rex from the first Jurassic Park will be appearing in this upcoming film. Oh good, maybe everyone will forget about me, said the trailer of the film. A separate Yahoo Movie story also revealed that this movie is more of a direct sequel to the first 1993 film, with Trevorrow saying that the sequels haven't been completely ignored, but rather set aside. So between this movie and the Alien reboot and the Terminator Genesis movie, any money you spent on movies in the mid to late 90s doesn't count. It never happened. In fact, your first girlfriend never loved you, and you're still a virgin. Jurassic World will be released on June 12th. Your first girlfriend has trouble remembering your name. I'm Ken Napzok, and those are your Schmoes Know headlines brought to you by schmoesno.com.
Comes back in style. Ken, so Miri, you're fairly new to the show. What do you think about that Ken Napzok Pit Boss news?
What do I think about his delivery?
About his news in general.
I think
You sound like you had notes about the delivery, too.
Notes? He
I
needs
have notes on everything. I think he's
Please.
the best news deliverer
ever.
that I know.
There you go, Ken. See, now
She knows too.
She knows too.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
You are
I
our
think I just know
Cronkite,
you.
Kenny. Ken is a national treasure, and I'll
You
tell
are
you
a
this
national
too.
treasure.
I think what Ken does is he's kind of, you know, the Fantastic Four movie.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Now, Josh Trank made it. There's a lot of rumors that there were problems on set. People weren't getting along. I think that's what Ken does. During the week, there's a lot of there's internal battles. There's conflict. There's people walking off set. But at the end of the day, when it comes time to delivering the news, he delivers a great product.
Does.
Hopefully, Fantastic Four does the same
Yeah,
thing.
it was good stuff. Okay, Kenny, well, thank you so much for doing the news, obviously, as always. And for you guys, as we promised, it's going to be the Avengers preview special. We're going to talk about what's coming up with the Avengers.
Yeah.
And before we do that, I don't know if you guys knew this. I think that I mentioned it actually on a Periscope video actually that we did, you and I, that we do a top 5 show for Loot Crate. If you go to YouTube on Loot Crate's YouTube channel, we do a top 5 show. And this week, we're actually doing the top 5 post-credit scenes in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah, because look, I railed against these things as much as anybody. When the trend started with like Iron Man, and I was like, man, you got to tell me, somebody pay an usher to stand at the movie theater and tell me that I need to turn around and go back in there and sit my patootie down so I can see the end of these. Now they're one of the most anticipated things about the entire movie. And by the way, Age of Ultron has a really good one. So
it does.
Stay in the theater,
so
kids.
go there, go to Loot Crate, check that out. And lastly, before we get into this
Loot Crate's YouTube channel,
Yes, YouTube. Go to Loot Crate and go and check out the videos that we've done there so far and subscribe there and let them know that we sent you. But and lastly, last thing, if you guys are watching the YouTube stream right now, or if you're going to be watching it after you see Ultron tomorrow, do us a favor, click that like button right there, because I'm looking right now.
We need likes.
There's about almost 800 people watching or 700 people watching right now, and there is 17 likes. Come on, hit that button. That's all we need you to do.
Don't be lazy.
While we bring you the show, just hit that like button. And now we're going to get into it because we all saw the movie. We don't want to spoil it, obviously. What do you think it is, Miri, that why the Avengers has hit as hard as it's hit and why it's such an event?
I think there's a lot of reasons. I think, first of all, the Avengers didn't come out of a vacuum. I think there was like a whole series of films that led up to the Avengers, and I think the assembling of the Avengers happened before the movie even began, the first movie. So I think there was a lot of build up to the first film, and I think it is a feat to bring together, 75 years of lore plus, I don't know, what is it, like 8 main characters, and have all these storylines and have to plant all these Easter eggs and also have to set everything up for the future. So I think if there's ever an event movie, this is it. So
You're trying to capture lightning in a bottle again, because look, each one of these individual standalone movies is an event in itself. When a new Thor movie comes out, when a new Iron Man film comes out, when the first Avengers came out, everybody was like, I can't even believe this is happening. I was sitting in the theater waiting for the screening to begin, and we looked at each other and we're like, this is actually this is something you never thought was going to be possible.
Right.
And then it's happening, and not only is it happening before our very eyes, it's awesome. It kicks total ass. Everybody has such great chemistry on screen. The action's amazing. So now for Age of Ultron, people who maybe even weren't paying attention to Thor: The Dark World, okay, or any of these other films that came out, when the Avengers: Age of Ultron comes out, look, this is the official kickoff to summer, okay, and people are ready for this movie. I think it's going to be a worldwide record breaker as far as opening weekend box office.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, and I think we're going to get into that when Tom's on the show later. We're going to talk about the actual box office, how much we think it's going to make, and he's got a breakdown of like what superhero movies have made in general, like the 3 days and all this. It'll be a lot of fun to break that down. But and it's just Tom. It's not Finstock.
Is it not Sarah? Can we get Sarah Stratton in here instead?
No, Tom's. It's not Finstock. It's not Finstock. He knows his stuff. But
Okay.
But when we get into
Right.
as far as the Avengers go and what they have done, it is unprecedented that we're talking now in Ken's news about this shared universe with the women with 22 Jump Street, and when they talked about with Ghostbusters, this was not even talked about until Marvel started doing it. And once they did, everybody needs to do a shared universe, because it's unthinkable to say, well, wait, we're going to be able to have that star do that and commit to being in that movie with this person. Like, that's never going to happen. And they did it. It's ultimately like a very long TV show. It is. It's just it's an ongoing television show.
Yeah, and I think that the commitment to Avengers to be able to tell one cohesive story when you have all that talent in there, and you're right. I mean, it was amazing what they did the last time with 6 main stars, and now you're adding 2 new characters.
Yeah.
You have a new baddie that's going to take up a lot of screen time that you didn't really have in the first one. I mean, you have Loki, but Ultron takes that to another level in here, and it's a threat that the Avengers have never really faced before. And when you watch the trailers, you get that ominous, dark sense of, man, these guys really, they might not all make it out of here. This might be more of an Empire Strikes Back-y kind of feel, where it doesn't have the happiest of endings.
Well, I think that's the thing, is that from seeing the initial trailers, Miri, do you think, because again, without spoiling it, do you think that the trailers matched up to what you thought the movie ultimately did?
Yes and no. I think it did. I think it kind of captured the look and the aesthetic and the fact that it was a little bit darker. But I think actually the trailers did a good job, even though there were, like 11 or 15 of them? I don't know. There were so many. I think they did a good job of not giving away too much.
Yes.
Once I saw the film, I was
one.
like, oh, you know what? Usually they kind of give you the whole shebang, and they didn't. And the other thing that we haven't been talking about is Phase 3.
It's not the end yet, too. It's still got one more movie in phase.
Yeah. So
but I mean,
what?
It's Ant-Man, and
what does that mean?
I get that it's part of that universe, but come on, the Avengers I look at as the wrap up of all the films that we've had up to this point. So Ant-Man, I count it. I'm excited to see it, but this is you have all these individual standalone films. Okay, you got the Winter Soldier, and you got Thor 2, The Dark World, and you got Iron Man 3, and all these other movies. They coalesce in Avengers: Age of Ultron, and then we get a nice cherry on top with Ant-Man.
Yeah. So Alicia and Reilly over there too. So Reilly, have you seen the movie yet?
Nope, tomorrow.
Okay, you see it tomorrow.
Do you have your tickets already?
I have my tickets.
Okay, all right. We should talk.
Now, Alicia, so I mean, I know we've talked about with Celebration and everything with Star Wars that you see the way dudes really get excited, and it brings out this kind of child and. Yeah. Do you see the same thing now with the Marvel movies and with Ultron, with why people are so excited for this movie?
Yeah, I do, because I feel like Avengers is all your toys playing together.
Right.
And people love the different combinations of characters. They love putting Iron Man with Captain America, or Captain America with Thor, or Bruce with Iron Man, Tony Stark, and have the Science Brothers. So all those combinations are cool. But yeah, I'm always in the minority about these movies. It was okay, but I just don't think it was that good.
All right, so you hate it, and that's why you're sitting on the couch tonight.
Conspiracy, you don't want my opinion to be heard.
No, but you make a great point.
Why is our mic on?
About playing with the toys. Like when you were a kid and you're like, I wonder what kind of conversation Steve Rogers would have with Tony Stark, both as them and then Captain America and Iron Man, the way they interact. What I thought is actually impressive about Age of Ultron is that I think as moviegoers, especially big movie fans like we all are, we got spoiled by when Marvel released their upcoming slate. and you could see the next 5 or 10 movies that Marvel plans on releasing, and you see the release date, you're like, oh, that's going to be the next one, then that's going to factor into this one, we'll get a teaser of this in that one. And I think that it does Age of Ultron a little bit of a disservice, because now sometimes people watch it and they're already looking for Infinity War seeds, and it's like, let's not have every movie be just a stepping stone to the next one. Let's not Jurassic Park this too much and stand on the shoulders. Let's tell our own story and then let the Russo brothers pick up this.
My problem, and it's so hard, and I don't think Joss Whedon could have done any better than he did with this movie, but there's just so much to be done.
Right.
You got to tie in the previous movies, all directed by different people. You've got to balance all these different characters who have very different tones. You've got to set up some new characters. You've got to give backstory to some existing characters, set up a new villain, and then set up all the following films. And I just think there's too much to do. This is the first Marvel movie that I felt like people were ticking boxes.
Yeah.
Riley got exhausted just listening to it.
Yeah, I did. I mean, that's a really great way to break it down.
I don't think it was the movie that Joss wanted to make, because he couldn't, because there's so much that he has to do.
I agree. I think you can almost feel his hands being tied a little as a storyteller because of those reasons, because he had, like I said, 8 main characters and all of these things to think about. And I think you're right. When we announce slates, and it's my problem with kind of what's happening with superhero movies, is announcing all these slates to
years
like
before
2019, is that it does take something away. And I think we've talked about this in other shows, and just about like the trailer culture and the fact
Miri,
that...
I'm sorry to cut you off. As far as JT, so for some reason, every time Alicia talks, no one can hear her. No
Man.
one.
Is that on purpose?
We can.
Man,
No, I can hear you.
We can hear.
They
her.
really don't want
They can
Alicia's
listen.
opinion.
And she said
the audience is
really
going
smart
nuts.
stuff.
Yeah,
Mike, dude.
The one,
Is it fixed?
you know what? It hurts even more because Reilly came in, whose mic does work, and he said, you know, Alicia, you just made the greatest point in the history of time.
Right.
And they heard.
So true.
And it's gonna
That
be,
was the most she's ever gone in depth with superheroes before, and no one heard a word she said.
Damn it.
You think we're going to get her to see Ant-Man now?
Red
No.
Fury.
Yeah.
Yes,
Now
here
you're going to
comes.
see the Red Fury.
That's right.
Yeah. So let us know when you can finally hear the Furinator. Sorry, Miri. So you were saying?
No, I mean, I was basically just jumping off what Alicia was saying, which is that this movie she said that the movie felt like for the first time that there were boxes being ticked. And I think that's very true, because when you announce a slate that's 10 years or 6 years or 8 years in the making, then it does take away some of the spontaneity, some of the mystery, and some of the enigma of the story that you're trying to tell. Because let's face it, the comic books, if you're pulling from them, there are so many storylines, there are so many options, and everybody kind of knows everything already, and it changes the experience.
And
it does.
it's hard to do that when you're trying to impress a mass audience. Like, I always go back to the example. If I take my mom or my sister to go see Avengers Age of Ultron, are they going to be able to hang in there and get it if they haven't even necessarily seen some of the movies? And I think that's a giant testament to how good the movie is.
But not
That, yes, you
only
can.
just your family. It has to appeal to everyone around the world.
Yeah,
It
global.
has to be universal.
My family's very worldly, Alicia. We're not just a bunch of dumb Southern yokels. Some of us are, but not all of us.
Also, let's not underestimate the power of Thor's biceps. I'm just saying.
That dude, I'll tell you what though.
Those biceps are distracting.
And I don't know about you guys. Every time I see a new one of these movies that has either Steve Rogers or Thor in it, Chris Evans is getting close to Chris Hemsworth territory with how big that
And how yoked he is.
And it's
Yeah,
not the
he's big.
suit making up for any sort of that dude
big.
when he's just like out chopping wood with Tony Stark. It's like,
and you bring that up, by
Oh,
the way.
spoiler.
yeah.
Well, that's in what they shouldn't say. that.
chopping wood means having sex.
But you know,
Whoa, big spoiler.
What? I would watch that.
So would I.
let's ask
100%.
Riley. So for someone who hasn't seen the movie,
Yeah.
and I want to ask, and Schmoeville, this question's for you too, both on YouTube, Twitter, and if you're not on the Facebook Schmoeville fan group that you guys started, there's 10 or 15 of you guys left in order to get you to 5,000. So go join there on Schmoeville.
That's awesome,
Almost to
man.
5,000. So just go to Schmoeville, ! Request to be in the group, talk with the other Schmoevillians. But what I'd like you guys to do right now on all those platforms and hashtag Schmoes on Twitter, let us know what if you haven't seen the movie, what is it about Ultron that you're looking forward to the most? I know for me, before I saw it, was what they were going to tease was Civil War, because you certainly saw the dynamic between Tony Stark and Captain America and the kind of the friction. It's there.
He said friction.
Yeah. Remind me. I got something to ask you next week when we're doing the spoiler heavy review. I just got an idea of something that maybe you're thinking about with this movie. But yeah, that's something we're really into. And if you're waiting in line right now and you're watching us, we've gotten tweets all day from people that have been not only waiting in line to see Ultron, but they're doing either the double feature where they're seeing Avengers 1 and Age of Ultron in theaters. Some people are even doing like the 30-hour. They start at the beginning of Iron Man and they go all the way up. Fat Ellis would gain all of the weight he's slated to gain in August in #2 days. Yeah, so if you're watching us live in line, tap somebody who doesn't know who you are and show them the Schmoes Know podcast.
Yeah. So, Reilly, like we're saying to Schmoevillian now to let us know what you guys were looking forward to the most. What is it about the movie? Like, what are you looking forward the most to seeing in Ultron?
I'm going to go off of Captain America: The Winter Soldier, the fallout from Hydra.
Ooh,
I cannot wait to see what it is. I know Ultron's the big baddie. I know that, I've heard enough to know Hydra is in it. So I'm really interested to see that and what Cap is doing with that, and as well as I'm interested to see what Tony Stark is doing. Iron Man after Iron Man 3. The Hulk and everything.
Everything and everyone.
Well, Vision is a lot coming from Schmoe. A lot of people want to see Vision. People want to see Fat Ellis. People want to see.
You want to see Fat Ellis in a Vision costume? That'd be fun.
I would definitely want to see that.
A lot of people want to see Hawkeye, and I'll tell you what. Hawkeye is one of the best things in this movie, without spoiling too. You talk about just developing. Yeah. They use him. He's in the first one. He was just kind of there.
Yeah. And Renner's a really good actor, and he's proven himself to be a good action actor. And I think they do utilize him. They show a lot more color in his character.
I accidentally insulted him when I did the interview because I was like, "Finally, your character is cool." I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean. I meant that it's."
What did he say?
Fury.
He was like. I think he was pretty cool in the first one. I was like, yeah.
He was pretty cool when he wasn't being hypnotized by an evil scepter. What he was able to do, what everybody is, to their credit, does in this movie is that they have fun with the hierarchy of Avengers, not only from where they stand as far as a leadership standpoint, but where the fans look at them. Because a lot of people look at Hawkeye and they're like, why is Robin Hood in the rest of it? Like, why isn't he using modern technology? He makes fun of that.
Yeah, I love that he makes fun of it. And like they know, and even the things that we just talked about, how he was hypnotized the whole movie. Like they play on what everyone cracked on the first time, and that has to be accredited to Joss Whedon. It really does. Joss Whedon has to get the credit for that, and I know that he did have a lot on his plate here for sure. And I had my problems with the movie too, but overall I thought it was a lot of fun, and I think that it absolutely was. I think that if you go into this movie here looking for a fun comic book summer movie, I think you can have a lot of fun. With me, the reason I asked you that question before, Miri, is when I saw those trailers, and I probably psyched myself out in the fact that I thought I was going to get like the next, whether it be Empire Strikes Back or whatever, that second movie, the second movie of the franchise, and you're like, okay, wait a minute, this is going to really, the stakes are going to change here. The stakes don't change that much.
They can't, though, because the superheroes have to kind of.
But not necessarily. You can still have to. But wait. But look, Luke Skywalker. But Luke Skywalker ultimately won, but they didn't win in the second one. Like things happen in the second, and things happen in Ultron. So it's not a spoiler. People start screaming. Things happen.
Dark things.
Yes, I just maybe in my mind I thought they were going to a different place than where they ultimately went to.
Well, I will say this though, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but my favorite character in the Avengers was Bruce Banner / Hulk. Yeah. And I have to say that I didn't know if they could really build on what they already did, because they did do a really good job of building out that character, and Mark Ruffalo is so wonderful. Right. His storyline really got to me in a good way in this film, and his struggle, with being a giant green rage monster and all that stuff. That was really, I thought, well handled. And the other thing I think Whedon did really well is dialogue, and like you were talking about the interplay between the characters, and I think he did that well. But I think there was a real poetry to some of the verbiage, like just some of the things they said. I was like, wow, this is actually intelligent and smart and has depth, and it is a fun popcorn summer blockbuster, and there are a lot of moving parts, and I think I went in with actually lower expectations because I wasn't so sure it was going to get pulled off, and so I was satisfied. But
you make a great point about the dialogue too. That and in the first one and in this one, I thought the fact that you can have dialogue that's sharp and that's smart and that witty, interjected with these great action scenes, and that it never sacrifices telling the story. You can still tell a joke and still keep the action moving along, like what we do on this very program. Now we already have the core, and we know the core is going to show up to play. When you add in even more characters, you're looking at Scarlet Witch, you're looking at Quicksilver, and you're looking at Ultron, and you're not sure. Obviously, Ultron you know is the bad guy, but you're not sure what Scarlet Witch and what Quicksilver, what their storylines, what their plot lines are going to be. How did you guys feel Whedon pulled that off?
As far as Quicksilver and those guys went, I mean, the thing. Remember when this, even on our show, I think a couple of years ago, we talked about when all these announcements were when Bryan Singer announced Quicksilver's going to be in the movie, and they're like, well, Quicksilver's going to be in Avengers. How they're going to pull it off? And then we're like, well, the Carl's Jr. kid looks terrible, and he turned out to be amazing.
It was the best part of that movie, arguably.
In Days of Future Past, he was so good. So then it was like, how is this kid going to top that? And especially for me, giving him shit in Godzilla, because I thought he was the worst part of that movie. I thought he was really good as Quicksilver, and I thought that the storyline between the twins was handled well.
am I the only one that keeps saying Scarlet Widow? Because it's Scarlett Johansson plays Black Widow and Scarlet Witch.
I have to stop myself.
Scarlet Widow!
I want to say Scarlet. You know, you bring up twins, too. Maybe I'm just a simpleton. I didn't realize how important Elizabeth Olsen was to the legacy that...
Of twins.
I somewhere along the line, somebody informed me this morning, and he's sitting right next to me, when we did Heidi and Frank on 95.5, that Elizabeth Olsen is, in fact, related to Mary Kate.
Younger sister.
And actually found that out today.
Really?
So
how's that Rocky been living?
He's in his 30s.
But then I started thinking about it. It was like a full minute it took to get the look out. Like, oh my God, she does look like them. I just always wrote them off as babies. I never found them attractive. I thought it was weird that I saw them grow up.
She's a talented actress,
and she's great.
She's very good.
She's in Godzilla, too.
She is indeed. Good call.
This is why I'm here, to point these facts out to you guys.
Was the husband, see?
It's kind of weird now. They're twins.
I didn't think about that part.
It's a very Empire Strikes Back kind of thing.
Yeah, well done. The other thing with this movie is the box office. Everyone is talking about how much this thing's going to make, because, look, Furious 7 has already really kicked off the summer season. Even though this officially kicks off summer movie season, Furious made over $1 billion already. It's like
when did it come out? What was the date?
The beginning of April.
It was the first weekend in April.
Summer movies are now from April to September.
You would assume,
which is half the year.
I'm not going to give it that title yet, because so far, last year was just Winter Soldier, and then they waited, gave us a bunch of crap bombs, and then this came out, or whatever came out.
Pretty much the same thing here, because Fast 7. It's almost like it was an Olympic race, and they didn't shoot the gun yet, but Fast Furious 7 went anyway, and it was a false start. They're like, wait, we got to let Age Adeline go through.
Right.
We got to let all these other ones go through.
Right.
And now the summer's officially kicked off.
Right. Here's Child 44.
Yeah. But just a downer.
But then, so Ultron now is going up against, to break records, not only ever, but first of all, it's got to break the Furious 7, because it's got to knock it out of number 1, which it will.
Yeah.
But in order to break down a little bit more of the numbers, we happen to know somebody who deals with numbers.
Sarah Stretton.
Sarah Stretton is here, as well as JTE. JTE's in the booth, but JTE's watching the NFL draft and can't be bothered at the moment. So we're going to now bring in his co-host, the artist formerly known as Finstock, although he doesn't want us to say that.
All right.
It is Tom Dagnino. Tom Dagnino.
Come on up here.
It's really weird. It reminds me of like when Clark Kent entered the diner in Superman 2. It's like there's no music or anything.
I was going to ask about that. Is that a conscious choice on your part to not have intro
theme music or anything? Or just JT dropped the ball again?
We were going to go with the Flojo. The Flojo.
Oh, you should have Flojo.
Yeah, from Teen Wolf.
Okay. Well, Tom's here. So, Tom, we were talking a little bit on the phone today about Ultron. I want everybody around the horn here. He's got notes. He's prepared.
This is Alicia Malone style.
Yeah. This is a new, without the beard mask, I mean, this is the sexiest forehead you're ever going to get in this shot right here.
Yeah.
Well, listen.
Between us boys.
We got double. We got 8 head.
Mr. Kubrick, I want to ask you a couple of questions first.
Okay.
Is that, do you, first of all, how is life as Tom Dagnino going?
It's been great.
Yeah? You look happy.
Yeah, I'm excited about life again.
Yeah, it looks like it. You're not as tortured.
I was took over. I was a tortured soul. Yeah. It was tough. Oh, yeah.
Sounds relaxed.
This one's for Ken. I was driving here, and I saw a little garage sale, and I bought a complete Ewok village. $16.
That's really nice. See, look at it. It's changing.
Yeah, I'm going to give it. It's in my car. I'll give it to you.
What do you have anything to say to Alicia Malone?
Hey.
Oh, nice.
I haven't seen you in a while.
I'm wary of you
No,
still.
I really, like I told you earlier, I like the picture with the girl you had a picture with. That was very heartwarming.
Thank you.
And you know Miri. You met Miri before, right?
Of course I do.
She's Canadian.
Yeah.
I know her.
I thought you were going to
He's
bring up-
holding back.
Yeah, no, I thought
He's trying.
I thought he was going to. Yeah, he know. You can tell he wants to get out. But he's
Yeah.
Not. No, it's very good.
He's just gonna sip his Mexican beer.
Yes.
And
Let's
hope for
talk.
the best.
Let's talk about
Free.
these.
I got these at the garage sale too.
All right. Let's talk
Great.
about these numbers.
Cheers.
Let's go around the horn here. How much do you think, Tom? What's realistic on what you think Ultron's going to make here? Opening weekend, the 3-day weekend.
Well, the first one made 207. That's the biggest of all time, right?
Only one to pull off the double.
I think so, yeah.
100. Yeah.
Yeah, in America.
In America.
Correct.
Are we talking domestic or?
We're talking domestic.
America.
It's already made 200 overseas.
I
Yeah.
predicted 195 on the show we do, box office breakdown.
You
But
predicted 195. Okay.
yeah, because there was the Pacquiao, there's the NFL draft.
Oh, everybody, just let everyone know. Bruce Wayne on here just farted. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God! I was waiting for that one.
There is.
He makes a good point though.
It's going to be
because
like 85 in New York.
You're a
It's
child.
the
Eloquence.
beginning of springtime.
you have the
I get
biggest
it.
fight in the last 2 decades that is
Absolutely.
going on right now. Mm-hmm. You also have, speaking of distractions, you also have who?
Somebody really farted?
It's like farting.
It's true. I
it just
saw
got
it.
me.
It's Bruce Wayne, and then he said, "Why is that guy wearing misspelled a Superman?" Okay, never mind. It went away.
He's the best.
The comments go by so fast, but this thing.
It's gone already.
You guys ever play like an 8-bit Nintendo game where you get to the boss and
Cody, it's not hot in here at all.
It's this beast that you can't shoot at all, and then one time it exposes his heart. That's when you shoot it a lot.
Yeah.
That's when you
Yeah.
kill the beast.
That's
with,
canon.
with Christian George Harloff,
Zelda.
it's fart jokes. If you hit him
Yeah.
in the right when he's not guarding, and you say the word "poot,"
Bruce farted, and it's like
now it's already yelling. It's
Yeah.
it's Fart
Sorry.
City.
all right, now I'd buy that for $1.
I think Avengers is going to do 219.
219.
219.
Over the 3 days. Over
219.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Switching it
Or
up.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Right?
I you know what? I talked to a lot of powers, and they're like, "You're crazy if you think it's going to do under 200."
Yeah.
I think it's over 2,
Yeah.
but I
What
don't
do you
know if
think?
it's.
Yeah.
I think it's over 200, but I don't know if it's going to be 219.
It might be more.
I'd like to see if our friends at BoxOfficeMojo.com can get so specific they can show us what this movie pulls in like Friday night versus Saturday night, because that fight, the Pacquiao-Mayweather fight, is interesting to me.
It's a good call.
That
It's a
Venn
good call.
diagram of people who are interested, it overlaps a lot.
Yeah, it does, for
and
sure.
you can see
Go
Avengers
Pacquiao.
anytime. You can't
Pacquiao.
see this fight live anytime. You can see it one night at my apartment
But you know
tomorrow
what the thing
night.
is, though, to combat that, though,
You mean Saturday night?
Marvel has such a
Saturday
big fan base
Right.
that they want to see it in the first 3 days, so they don't feel like they're like spoiled or like letting down the Marvel franchise. So, there's going to be a lot of people who are
Yeah.
going to see this. Social media, they don't want to be the guys who to not see it and get spoiled on the internet.
So you're going 219. I'm going 228.
228.
228
You're
is
higher
my
than me.
pick.
I'm
Yeah.
going 225.
Okay.
I think it's going to be
I
in
say
between
221.
Leash?
Okay.
I'm going to go 210.
210. Riley.
222.
You bunch of pussies. Nobody wants to go
Ken?
above 228.
I
dude.
say 221.
$1.
What do you
Jack, blackjack.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, $1. 211.5.
Okay. B team.
Are we talking yen or dollars?
B team. Stick
Yes.
it.
I'm going to go ahead and say just 200. Straight up 200.
All right. Thank you, JT.
Straight
You
up
are.
200.
The most boring
I'm
pick
gonna
I've
go-
ever heard.
230.
230.
Cody, you
Okay.
dick.
There you go. Cody got it.
Dick.
No,
I'm going with 205.
205.
Ace.
All right. So there you go.
I think it beats the first one.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
way, Miri. No way.
So
Someone
it's
said
gonna do-
Mayweather.
it's gonna do-
Pacquiao for the win.
gonna do
Can I ask a
Wait,
couple
right.
bookkeeping questions real quick?
Yeah,
and if you guys have a problem with this, then let me know, and the fans don't have to tweet it. But if you've
Yeah.
seen Age of Ultron already in the theater, and you paid money to see it like tonight earlier, can you let us know to confirm if you saw the Star Wars trailer
A lot of people did.
running it? They saw the
Yeah,
same
'cause-
one that we've all
Yes.
seen before.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to see that. I'm seeing Ultron tomorrow night at AMC Burbank, and I want to see the Star Wars one run ahead of it because I want to be in a packed house one more time, and I might cry again.
I wept.
Good, by the way, because
In my
a
kitchen.
lot of people are joining the Schmoeville page on Facebook, and it looks like they're going to hit 5,000. So,
Well
done, guys.
Way to go, kids.
keep joining over
Yeah.
there. So we, yeah, I think that as far as money goes, it's going to be the top earner of the weekend for sure. Of so far of the year, and I think for weekend it will hold for the entire year as far as weekends go.
You think that this will defeat, because you know there's a movie, I don't know if you knew there was a Star Wars movie
There
coming
is,
out this
there's
year.
yeah, I heard about it.
It's December 18th,
Yeah.
and you think that it's going to beat that.
Weekend?
Yes,
way.
man.
Weekend,
No.
but not overall.
The Star Wars movie is also in 3D and being released in IMAX theaters, I
Correct.
believe, right? So you can go
Correct.
see your AMC Prime or whatever you go, however you like to spend your dollar as far as getting the quality sound and picture.
I'm saying I'm
You
just
think Star Wars is going to beat Avengers?
over.
No.
I think
so.
I think Star Wars will beat it overall, not for
first weekend.
Not for
But the
weekend.
thing about Star, I mean, maybe it's just my personal preference because I think Star Wars is, because of just the nature of what's come out, Star Wars is a huge event because we haven't had a Star Wars movie in theaters in so many years.
Right.
Avengers movies, we've had a fair bit in the last 5-10 years. So I don't know. I don't know. I
There
think
might
by
be such a high
December,
demand for Star Wars
I
that
think
they
by
might keep the
December-
theaters open 24/7.
I think Christian's onto something.
I think Star
but
Wars
let's
is going
not-
to take it.
But I mean, I agree with you overall. But wait, but not for the weekend because
Not for opening
now
weekend?
the thing is with you guys that you're saying there's not a demand event. People are dressed as Iron Man right now and not watching this show. They're online right now. You guys, we're all pretty much in the same age range here. There are kids 15, 16 that to them Marvel is their Star Wars.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you have to realize that, and there's a lot of people that are buying the tickets
And those
too.
kids
I don't know what you're
are
talking
going to be
about. I'm
wrapping
20.
up school and
Alicia got something?
I just wanted to say that the ArcLight in Hollywood
Yeah.
is playing Avengers tomorrow 54 times.
Right.
54 times.
54 times.
How many of those
That is
times
one
will Alicia
theater.
Malone be present?
0. I've seen it.
I think you make a valid point. It's because I think that around Christmas time, there's a lot of families that are like, look, Dad's going to get off work the next week and we can all go see Star Wars together as a family for the first time.
And the dads are going to be in.
Yeah, so they might put it off, but I still am going to go with Star Wars for weekend and for
Yeah, I'm
overall.
with you.
Overall,
I
I'm
think
with
Star
you.
But I
Wars
think
is going to
that
take it.
I don't think anybody is going to dispute that Avengers: Age of Ultron is going to be the summer breadwinner for both opening weekend and for total domestic gross.
Absolutely.
I don't even
Absolutely.
see what the second place is going to get close to it.
It'll hold first place till probably Tomorrowland comes out.
That was the next
wait to see
conversation there because because we have Mad Max coming out now. We have some people in this room who have seen Mad Max.
Still in my heart.
I'll make a bold prediction.
Alicia
hear it.
Malone has seen it.
Well, let's hear
just saying.
the bold prediction first.
I believe that Pitch Perfect 2
Yeah.
will beat Mad Max.
I love that pick.
Opening weekend.
I love that.
I don't
pick.
think that's a terrible pick. I think because it's a sequel. I think because now as far as better quality movie goes, Mad Max is obviously
That
going to be the
doesn't
better.
ever mean anything.
No, it doesn't. You're right.
Sadly.
And
I'm
because
gonna make a bolder prediction.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Avengers: Age of Ultron is gonna be both of them opening weekend.
well, probably.
I think Ultron goes still as number one.
Well,
I think
wait,
Pitch
when are
Perfect-
they coming out?
Well, he's right. So
2 weeks.
Ultron's this week. Next week is Pitch Perfect, right?
No.
Next week is
Hot Pursuit.
Hot Pursuit. That's
Hot
that's gonna,
Pursuit's
if
gonna-
it makes 20 minutes.
The John
20 million, I'll be
Cusack
surprised.
1987 comedy is being re-released in theaters.
It's going to be
See
worse
it.
than Mordecai.
What do you think? 20 million for that peep shit box?
Hot Pursuit.
Hey!
12.
None of you guys, first of all, language.
That movie's
Second of
gonna be
all,
terrible.
none of you guys have seen it yet.
It'll do 13.
Have you seen it?
No.
I heard it was supposed to be
and
two
I don't wanna-
dudes.
And I
they
don't want to
moved it
start
two
getting
chicks.
shit for like, because it's a woman comedy. No,
No, it just looks
Bridesmaids-
bad.
Yeah, it looks
doesn't
terrible.
look good. I'm a woman, and I can
is-
say that Hot Pursuit does not look good. It has nothing to do with
It
looks- it looks like a
as much as I
Reese
hope it would be
Witherspoon.
good.
Hey, I'm an
Sofia
American, and in
Vergara.
this country, you are innocent until proven guilty.
Right. Well, look, it looks like they're trying to be the Heat, is what it looks like it's trying to
It
be.
might look a lot like that.
It was written for guys, and they switched it up to chicks.
Did they? Okay.
Yes.
All right. So listen. So that movie obviously is going to get. I would say if 225 for, let's say it's 225, or let's say it's 200 for Avengers first week.
Okay.
And let's say 100 million second week.
That's what the first one did.
Yeah.
103. I'd say
Second-
it's going to probably do 110.
Second week, right?
Yeah.
So it knocks Sofia Vergara back into All in the Family.
Wow.
whatever
The
it was.
third Smurfs movie.
Yeah.
We're talking about Mad Max.
Well, that's week 3.
That
So
ain't-
week
yeah.
3, Mad Max and Pitch Perfect come out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's Mad Max, Pitch Perfect, and Ultron all going.
Ultron will do like 60.
I think Ultron will still be number
Absolutely.
1. I think I agree with you. I think Pitch Perfect and then Mad Max. But what do you think, Alicia?
Yeah, I think Pitch Perfect 2 will probably beat it because there's been one already and people are expecting a lot from it. No one knows what to expect from Mad Max because it's been 30 years.
Right.
Can you give us?
And a lot
Are
of
you
people
allowed
are
to
not
give us your
familiar.
take on Mad? Can you give us
I'm
an emoji?
Embargo. JT,
until
is it?
May the 14th, but I'll say that just from the trailers,
Yeah.
you can tell that the action 90% practical stunts, and that is how you do action.
That's
Forget
chills.
Wait,
Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
That is how you do
JT,
action.
put your
Wow.
mic on for a second. So
What's up?
you went as a fan, right?
Yeah.
So
No
you're
embargo.
not embargoed.
No, I'm not embargoed.
So what'd
Damn you.
you think?
I thought it was freaking amazing.
Did it
Okay.
rock your
I
socks
said
off?
this.
can't wait to
I
see
don't think there will be a better movie this summer than Mad Max.
Really?
Yes,
I said it was a
JT.
bold
I
prediction.
can't see anything that could compete with it.
But
Maybe
look-
Tomorrowland will surprise us.
No.
But you're
but
the box office
Mad-
guy,
Yeah.
also. How are you feeling what we're saying here as far as that week?
I don't know. Pitch Perfect did good.
Yeah, and it's
it
a
is
sequel now.
sequel.
Yeah.
But I think the trailer for Mad Max is so good, and the buzz around it is so good.
It's not just that.
This is what I see might happening. I think Pitch Perfect might beat it out first weekend. This next weekend, it will take over.
That's not bad.
fair.
That's not bad.
word of mouth.
But you
It's
have
fair.
Avengers and Mad Max.
Yeah,
Avengers is going to take a lot of business. Mad Max and Avengers are going to cannibalize each other's audience a little bit more than Pitch Perfect because there's going to be a lot of bachelorette parties.
Well, I was
They're going to be
gonna
loud
say-
and awful.
That's true.
Pitch
in the
Perfect is
theater.
kind of counter-programming in a way because
Absolutely it is.
you've got Mad Max and Avengers, which have very much an event
So is Hot
diagram.
Pursuit with 2 stars in it. So I think it's going to do better than 20 million opening weekend.
I don't
Pitch
know.
Perfect?
No, Hot Pursuit. I think that's also great counter programming. It's a perfect movie to open after Avengers.
I think it's going to get destroyed.
I'm not saying it's
I'm
going to
with
be
Christian.
good.
I think
If
it.
it does-
I think it
if
might
it-
get. I think it might. It
If
might
it does
hurt.
something that ends with
just-
a teen in the end of it, I'd be surprised.
Just
Yeah.
There's a little
I
bit
don't
of
know.
Finstock seeping
because
out
the
onto this
Avengers
table.
too, like I'm a woman who loves movies, and I would go see the Avengers before Hot Pursuit without knowing anything about either one, just because it's more compelling to me. And it's not like there aren't any female characters in Avengers: Age of Ultron. I don't think female audiences are just going to go because it's women. I
Yeah,
think
but they're
gonna
all
go
mutants
to-
and they're
Plus,
all
you
weird
guys
people.
are discounting it again. Chris Hemsworth's biceps. I'm just saying.
Sofia Vergara's ace.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
but guys would rather see.
You can't roll your
Thor.
eyes when I say her ass if you just talked about Chris Hemsworth's biceps.
No, I'm not
it's
rolling.
the same
no,
thing.
I'm not rolling my eyes because I think it's sexist.
Yeah.
I'm just rolling my eyes because I think men are more interested in Chris Hemsworth's Thor than Sofia Vergara.
Who's got the better
playing-
body part? Does Sofia Vergara have a better ass, or does Chris Hemsworth have better biceps? You guys tweet us in
Hold
right
on,
now.
I'm too-
I don't know. I
I've
think
seen some-
biceps.
I've
Too busy.
seen Sophia
Maybe I'm biased.
Are you? What are you troll hunting?
No, I'm blocking tons of people right now.
You're troll hunting.
Well, yeah, there's a bunch of fucking turds in here.
Oh, Christian.
Here we go.
No, it's like no, but it's like listen, man. It's like they're sitting around going,
I saw the movie, and now I'm going to let everyone know that this part happens. And just because I got to let everyone
It's a
know,
risk.
this is all I got going in my life. This is all I got.
By the way, that
you
is the best
shithouse rat.
Yeah.
troll. Like that's the voice in my head when I see any troll comments. So.
I think Mad Max is going to be like
I do
Kingsman.
like Tom. That's not true.
You think it's just going to keep rolling over week to week
Yes.
to week?
Miri said that she wanted to date Tom.
No, I didn't say I wanted to date him.
Oh.
But Kingsman came out
Because
in
someone
a
said I didn't
dead
like
time
you.
during the year.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And
Everybody likes
Mad Max is coming out when you have another movie. There's another train coming every week. You got Tomorrowland after that. And then
But
the week
it's
after
the
that, you got
summer.
San Andreas. And the week
Yeah,
after
but-
that, you got Spies.
Right.
So.
It's
Max
the
will find a
summer.
snitch.
People are going to go out. People want to
Mad
see
Max is-
movies. So
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think word of mouth is like JT was saying. Like Mad Max has been getting good word of mouth since the first teaser.
It's the same thing as Kingsman. It'll be like it'll hang in the top 5 for like.
I don't think it's going to have the
6
same
weeks.
kind of life as Kingsman because it's a way darker movie. It's gritty. It's disturbing and could it's
The
dark,
first one was
Yeah.
too.
It
Alicia's-
was.
Yeah,
it
it was
absolutely
great.
was. And
Looking around.
and it was by no means a box office mammoth. Now,
No, it
where
wasn't.
Kingsman, even though Kingsman's kind of is violent and bloody, it still had an air of fun to it.
Yeah.
And you know,
Jokes.
more global,
yeah,
more global appeal.
there was. So I think that I can't wait to see Mad Max. But the funny thing is, my wife had texted me and said, I want to see Mad Max. And I wrote, are you sure?
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, I remember the old ones about Mel Gibson. Then I showed her a trailer. She's like, okay, maybe
Well,
not.
surprisingly, there's a lot of people who
Yeah.
still don't know who Tom Hardy is.
He wrote
Right.
the book. He wrote Far From the Mad
no,
Crowd.
no, not
That's
that-
the guy.
no, that's
Which
Tom
is, by the
Isner.
way, going to give Avengers Age of Ultron a lot of competition this weekend.
But again, counter programming. My mom is
gonna
going to
co-
go see Far From Mad and Crowd. She's not going to.
It's
Well,
gonna
she'll
give-
see the
It's
Avengers
going to
with
give
her
them competition
grandkids,
as far
but-
as the bathroom breaks go. That's about it.
It's only on in New York and LA, that one. So.
Far From the Mad Crowd?
Yeah, it's
Well,
limited.
All right.
Let's
I'll have
get.
to fight through the Mad crowds to get to Avengers.
Tomorrowland's my prediction to take Avengers off the top spot. That's mine.
Who do you think is?
Tomorrowland will take it off the top
I
spot.
think you're right.
In the fourth
Otherwise known
week
as
or
Back to
whatever
the
it is.
Future.
Poltergeist comes out the 20. I don't think it's going to do much, but it might
It's
take
those
some money away.
posters.
It might do too. That comes out the same as Tomorrowland. No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another thing, by the way, too, as we were posting on the podcast channel, is we have. I know that it just reminds me as we're going yelling and screaming at it.
Speaking of Hot Pursuit,
well, we're yelling and screaming at each other. It reminded me of the old days on Toad Hop, and
my fault.
I actually we just put a whole bunch of episodes up there too. I think the most recent was actually we put the Bonnie Somerville Harloff Wars on there. If you've never
Oh,
seen
my
that
God.
one, go check that one out too. Go to youtube.com/schmoesnopodcast. And the other thing, they have the behind the scenes. All the behind the scenes videos are over there too. Cody is going to show a little bit of his the short film that they did.
there's a
during the break.
teaser. There's a teaser for the B team is producing a movie that's very different than like the Zombie Apocalypse one that they did or the Movie Night one that they did. It's going to be a more serious, darker. Maybe it's like an Age of Ultron for the B team. Kenny, do you have any information on this teaser trailer that we're about to see?
For the movie, I'm very proud of what they do. They have more drive than I have, and I think they're going to go places. I think eventually I'm going to apply for an internship with them.
I hope you get it. I'll put in a word for you.
Do you know somebody?
I'll put in a word. That's all I can do.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what I'd like you guys go check that out because they've been doing a lot of work there. All the podcast stuff is there.
A lot of talent in very ugly bodies.
We do. And if you want to catch up on all the old episodes, they're all there. All the episodes, and I can't wait to announce what we're going to be doing here in a little bit.
It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're coming up on about 10 minutes. We're going to be announcing a brand new game that it might be the best of them all.
Let's take a few calls from Schmoeville here. 424-253-0504. Want to talk to you guys about what you are most looking forward to in the Avengers Age of Ultron
no spoilers.
this weekend. Yeah, so give a call, and JTE will get it going in a second here. JTE, let me know. 424-253-0504.
I got one fact.
What do you got?
Lindsay Lohan was almost in Avengers Age of Ultron as Wanda.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Wanda's...
Wanda something.
I don't doubt him anymore, do you?
Wanda's
Who's Wanda? Oh,
Yeah.
Wanda, right.
You doubt that? I don't doubt that.
Wanda.
Yeah.
Wanda.
I saw the film Wanda.
Finn, sorry. Tom, sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
What do you
No problem.
have?
It's a simple mistake.
What else do you have? Do you have some other facts there?
Aaron Taylor Johnson
Yeah.
was so jacked. They were like, you can't play his part. You got to lose muscle. Not like lose fat, lose muscle.
He was huge in Kick-Ass.
He was jacked.
Kick-Ass
They were
too.
like,
And I guess in Godzilla, too. Yeah, he was
so,
pretty jacked.
so he had to go on this regimen where he had to basically starve himself to lose muscle.
Really?
Do you imagine him being on set next to Hemsworth and Evans? Those guys are just cranking mesquite chicken breasts left and right, trying to get enough protein to stay big, and he's not allowed to eat anything.
Yeah, he's like, I'm just not gonna work out.
Hang out with the other Olsen. We have some callers on the line
And
now.
James Spader uses his natural voice in that movie.
Yeah,
James Spader is
strings.
wonderful.
I smell a celebrity impression dating game.
Let's just talk about Secretary.
You're on the call.
Love that movie.
Caller. Who do we have?
Should watch it together.
Hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
Hey, what up? It's Aiden.
Hey, man, what's going on? So, out of Ultron, first of all, how excited are you to see the movie?
Oh, totally, man.
Okay, you're gonna see it, and you're gonna see it this weekend. You got your tickets already?
Oh yeah, tomorrow night, man.
Awesome. So, what do you want to see the most in this movie?
Well, what I'm looking forward to is like their witty dialogue.
You're going in,
like in the first one we saw all that great conversation. I mean, it was just hilarious. And I know Whedon the script and the screenplay is just fantastic in this one, I've heard.
It's there. I think Aiden's going to be really happy with the way this movie comes off because when you see the trailers, it's very dark, it's ominous, it's looming. They're all looking at each other. There's a couple jokes here and there. You're going to be laughing. You're going to be chuckling. You're going to be holding your belly from laughing, and the action's going to blow your mind, Aiden. What part of the country are you going to see this movie in?
Oh, I'm in the United States.
Good enough. That is a part of the country. You win the prize.
Deliberately vague.
Thanks for calling, buddy.
Thanks for calling. All right, let's take another one, JT.
Can't tell you.
All right, JT, you ready? You stop watching the draft. Hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
Hey, we got Billy.
Hey, Billy, what's up, man? So, Billy, first of all, are you excited about Ultron?
Absolutely, man. Me and 5 buddies are going on Saturday.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Don't look at the internet until then. That's my advice.
I mean, the chat room didn't do too well for me, but it's all right.
Yeah, that's why I suggest for people for these actual episodes, I even suggest more on going on that Schmoeville group page because they don't spoil, they're respectful, and you can have a chat there. So I suggest if you're not already part of that group, you should join it, especially for shows like this because look, there's a whole bunch of people that got out off the Ballbag bus and headed right into Ballbag City, and they're all right there.
There's a big ball bag on here that I think has spoiled something for me.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. There's tons of ball bags.
Ballbag Kingdom.
This guy, he's
Do
not
you start
not
out
even
at
the king.
City and then you go to the Kingdom?
He's the ballbag jester. This guy, he's worthless.
Look, if you get on the Ballbag bus, you can bet that it's not making a stop until it drops you off at Ballbag City.
Yeah,
so don't even get on the bus.
There's no chicks in Ballbag City either.
Alicia wants to go.
A bunch of swords.
Yeah, I'm going to Ballbag City.
You don't want to go to Ballbag City. It's horrible.
Ballbag City's no fun, guys.
No. So Mary's been there. Okay, let's.
I sure have.
It's the after hour show. All right.
Yes.
Sorry, let's get to this poor guy's call. He's got spoiled now. He's got
So you're going with 5 buddies, so it's going to be 6 ball bags in total. We'll be going to the movie.
Ace, get Miri another beer, quick.
I'll take more than one beer. No.
Caller, what are you most looking forward to about Avengers Age of Ultron?
He's still there?
He's in water. He's underwater.
I'm like, it's Aquaman.
He left. All right, next
Calling
one.
from Aquaman.
All right, let's get another one. He bailed after Miri said she went to ball nest. All right,
Come on.
He had a seizure.
All right, hey,
Good joke.
hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
Hello, this is Patrick
Hoagie.
Hoagie.
All right. Hoagie, what do you got, man? So what are you looking forward to in Ultron?
Well, first off, I just want to say to Mary, thank you for representing Canadians in Schmoeville. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Is Baalbek City in Canada? Oh, okay.
There's several outposts.
It's in Quebec.
It's in Quebec,
Nice.
for sure. You know, there's more strip clubs per square mile in Quebec than in, I think, any other state or province in North America.
Ken's on the way to Quebec.
Lots of strip clubs.
All right, stay on target.
Sorry.
Hoagie.
Sorry.
What do you got?
I gotta be honest, I'm more than excited to see the movie, but I've been slightly tempered to see the movie. And I wanted to ask you guys' opinions on Joss Whedon's comments lately about Marvel and about kind of what's going on. I'm more than excited to see the movie. I'm like, the action, how, the other caller was talking about the witty banter.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you, Hoagie, I want to ask you a question because this brings up a good. Mark and I had this conversation before we went on the air here. Is in regards to Whedon, because he's been coming out here and saying a lot of things to Marvel. We know he's exhausted. We know all this, and it looks to me, it looks like he's kind of like a jilted lover or something. And to me, how do you feel as a fan that you hear Joss Whedon come out and say these things? How do you feel when you hear these things?
Well, I gotta imagine, like you said, he is exhausted. After 2 Avengers movies, I gotta imagine that, sleep is seeming like an incredibly amazing option right now. And I don't know the behind the scenes. I don't know what's going on with them. Maybe they had creative differences. Maybe he wanted to do stuff in Avengers. Apparently, there's this alternate version that's coming out on the DVD that maybe he thought was the better version. I have no idea.
It's like a Donner cut.
Yeah, but there was a lot of reshoots on this one.
Yeah.
Like a ton. Almost up to like 3 weeks before they had to have it in a can.
Yeah,
they're calling everybody back.
Thanks for calling, Hoagie.
I think it was very heavy.
I see this thing both ways, okay? I think Joss Whedon probably gets a lot of questions when he's doing press tours, or people writing him, or they're asking him, and he gets sick of answering the same question the same way, so he goes a little off topic, and people want to chew his ass off about it. But the other side of this, too, is I'm sick of hearing how exhausted Joss Whedon is. How exhausted poor little Joss Whedon is for making this movie. Sack up, dude.
Yes.
You're a director. You know what you got yourself into. I'm sick of people bitching for him like, oh, he was really tired. Fuck you!
Yeah,
You directed Avengers Age of Ultron. You're living the dream. You get to play with toys. You have gobs of money that you can spend to make a movie. And he's like, oh man, I'm really fucking. I need a nap. Shut up. Wait until opening weekend.
I concur.
Good. Good. Oh, I love a Darth Ellis fan.
And I'm a big fan. And I'm a big fan of Joss Whedon. He made a great film. I just think that people, it's like really, what were you in the coal mines for the last year? No, you're making a movie with movie stars.
Look, it beats digging ditches, but that's not to say it's not without its challenges.
Alicia got some?
It's so much of a challenge, and he wanted to make a movie better than the Avengers. He admits to having a lot of problems with Avengers, a lot of flaws, and he tried to do his best, but he's hamstrung, I think, so he couldn't actually do what he wanted to do. I think it's long days and a ton of pressure.
And that rant just came from a guy who needs to take a nap after he does an episode of AMC Movie Talk.
Because
So
I think
totally
as a director, doing Avengers is like being in the coal mines if you're a director.
Hashtag Ellis rant. I love it. Okay,
$1.5 billion later.
No, that was our preview special for Avengers. Next week, Miri, myself, and Chris Stuckman, who will be live in studio, we're going to do a spoiler-heavy version of the Avengers Ultron as well. And Mark Reilly will have seen it by then. He'll be a part of it as well.
Find out where I'm going to be on the other side of the break.
Yeah, exactly. And when we get back, we're going to tell you about the new game. The brand new game is coming up at 7 o'clock. Schmoes know.
Segment on the show, Commercial Commentary with Dobby. Every week I introduce you to various clips from all around Schmoeville for you to enjoy. So let's get started right away. This first clip here is one of Schmoeville's favorite pastimes, making fun of JTE's bad pronunciations. Whenever Dobby pronounced something wrong, Master Malfoy would beat him with a stick. Dobby still has scars, mostly the emotional ones. What was I talking about again?
Who directed? Come on, I'm half Spanish. I grew up with that guy.
You're half Spanish.
Who directed Birdman?
Oh, Ignoratu. Inaradu.
Do you have the first name?
Sounds like a guy named Star Wars character.
Oh, let's see. Who was the star of 12 Years a Slave?
Oh, come on, you know, I messed this up before.
Then you should know by now.
It's Chewbacca something. I said that.
Flail him!
Chiwetel? Okafor? Okafor is a basketball player. I don't know.
Here's another behind-the-scenes clip from last week's episode in which literally everyone on the crew starts periscoping. Dobby still isn't quite sure what periscoping is.
Really, now you're watching me while I'm watching you? Let's have... Oh.
Oh, hey. Why can't that be my dad?
Ethan Greenberg started following me, guys. What's up?
This is weird. I'm in the center.
Too much periscoping.
Ken, there's all kinds of hearts flying up on the side of your thing.
Really? I don't see any of the hearts, man.
I don't see any
The
either.
hearts don't come to me, man.
Right now, we have a clip from the podcast JTE Movie Thinks. This episode here features Nick Mundy from Screen Junkies. Dobby still isn't quite sure why he hasn't received an invitation to be on the show. Probably because he's stupid. Ben! Dobby, stop it, you idiot! Stop it!
What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you, what's the last movie you watched? And again,
All right.
because you do have to do press junkets and all that stuff,
Yeah.
I don't want it to be something that you're not forced to do, but obligated.
Something I watched on my own accord.
Yeah, something, whether it be Netflix, because you saw something you haven't seen in a while,
Mm-hmm.
maybe it's something you haven't seen yet and you wanted to check out, or, maybe you were on a flight and you're watching it on the plane.
No, it was last Friday. It
was last Friday, okay.
Okay. Wow, I haven't watched a movie since then. And this is going to sound very stereotypical if you know anything about me.
Okay.
But I watched Fast 5 with my fiance last Friday night.
Had to be Fast Furious. If
Yeah,
I was
no,
in Vegas.
I know. I
bet.
know. Well, look. The reason was not just because, hey, it's Friday night, let's watch Fast 5. My fiance has never watched a Fast and the Furious movie.
How is that possible?
Well, we've been together.
With Nick Mundy.
Because we're in a balanced relationship, and we share other experiences, and she's seen Die Hard and Ghostbusters.
Okay.
She loves those movies, but we don't have to. I'm not a monster. I'm not a human monster.
Alright, folks, that's going to be it for this round of commercial commentary. Come back for the next break and we'll have some more fun. And be sure to subscribe to the Schmoes Know podcast channel where you can catch all of these fun videos. Now who the hell is walking around back there while Dobby's trying to record? Was it you? You're a fucking amateur, you hear me? You're a fucking amateur. What's that? Oh, good for you, good for you. What? What do you mean the microphone is still recording?
Strings. It is Schmoes Know Movies with myself, Kristian Harloff, Mark Ellis, Miri Jediken, Tom Dagnino, Alicia Malone, Mark Reilly, who you guys know he's probably left already. And we just finished our Age of Ultron preview.
Our preview. It was totally spoiler-free.
Yes.
Maybe a couple of us went on some rants. I forgot that Joss Whedon broke his leg during the making of Avengers Age of Ultron. So you earned your Percocets, buddy. Sorry about that. Stop bitching about making a great movie, which I love.
Now, by the way, one of the things that Alicia today sent me a couple designs for Red Fury, which we are going to be putting on the Schmoes Know t-shirts, and JT, you found it. Great. So check this out. By the way, this was done. This dude, it is box office.
Who's that stud?
I forgot. It is the box office artist, right? This dude. Before we play this video, this dude basically made a sketch of all of us. He had done Jedi Council for me, John, Campia, and Maud, and then he said, I'm going to do one of the whole crew. And so he did one, and let's JT play the video and the sound if you can, and we'll show Schmoeville. You check this guy out, box office artist.
What?
That is just
check this dude out.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Look at Malone.
That's hot.
Phoenix.
I know, I love that.
Yeah, look at that.
So
Professor
amazing.
X. I can see Professor X. I can see Ken as X.
It's such a great. I love that.
Oh, that's
Okay, okay.
definitely, yeah. He's a little short to be Colossus.
Yeah. And then look at Reilly.
I like Reilly.
Cyclops. I like that.
Cyclops.
It's so great.
I'm loving it. There he is.
JT.
That's the best. JT is the beast.
Beast with a backwards hat reading poetry.
Yeah, and then you got Tom Denny as the Iceman. It looks like a,
beanie.
it's like a miner or something.
Yeah.
And then you got, and then there is Ups, Dobby, made it, and then Ace. Look at Ace with that hair.
I like
hair.
Warpath, yeah.
And then Copster. Remember that guy? Yeah.
Bishop was awesome, yeah.
Magneto.
I like it. I like it.
That's so good. I was so impressed.
And then Tiffany makes it in there.
All right.
Oh my god.
Bonnie made it in.
Bonnie.
Yeah.
Bonnie made it in.
She showed up to that.
Yeah, she paid him on the side.
And then there's Kate.
Sackhoff as Mystique. That's actually good.
Really
good.
good.
Casting.
Look at that. So look how amazing that is. Is that awesome or what?
I mean, it's unbelievable. What did he do? Time lapse that?
Yeah,
It's so good.
No, he actually drew it that fast, Tom.
Maybe he might have.
And that is an actual shirt on the store.
Yeah.
So if you go to tpublic.com/schmoes.
Box office artist. I'm going to try to. I don't think we can get these in time. That might have to be the next date, but I'm going to be out of town next week. I'm going to be in Minneapolis, Minnesota at the Acme Comedy Club Wednesday through Saturday. So you can get your tickets at markellislive.com, and the first person to ask me for a Schmoes No t-shirt will get it. So if you're going to the Wednesday show, you got a leg up on the competition. First person to ask me that weekend for a shirt will get a Schmoes No shirt. It's probably not going to be that one yet, but it's going to be a really cool shirt, so do it.
Yeah, absolutely do it. And check it out, tpublic.com/schmoes. And not only do we have that shirt on there, the Red Fury shirt will be on there, but then there are a couple other designs from some Schmoevillians that we met at, what's that?
You can wear my face.
Oh, you can wear Alicia's face. So if you have...
You don't have to go to Ballbag City to wear Alicia Malone's face.
Yes.
How many people just perked up out there in Schmoeville?
Yeah, I perked up. I was like, really? Okay.
But I've got some really cool. There's some really cool designs on there, and not even just the Schmoes No personal ones. There's like we put a bunch of like Game of Thrones ones on there. There's Star Wars one. There's Marvel ones.
Really good Jaws one on there too. Big fan.
Now let's talk about this amazing thing that we came up with.
So Kristian and I were just kicking around some ideas last night, as we're wont to do. We hang out socially, and we said, you know what? We haven't had a good game in a while. Now the Ultimate Schmoedown was a life-changing event last year.
And it's gonna come back.
It will come back, and we were looking for something that, you know what? These people who work for us, they work hard. Yeah, they deserve to be rewarded, and the ones that aren't smart deserve to be punished.
That's true. And sometimes you get a lot of bragging, and someone I know more than this person, and then someone comes out and they have like a Rocky type contest for an Age of Ultron premiere, and the new guy Ups goes and beats JTE, who JTE was.
Who would have seen that coming?
JTE has been like the tournament darling a lot of times. He mopped the floor with shoesy pants at one time.
Yeah, but I served him in the Rocky Trivia.
The Rocky Trivia, you beat him. Yeah, but then he upset Ellis. He almost beat Reilly. I mean, he's really put up a good fight.
There was a trial when he upset me.
Yeah. So
it's a whole legal thing.
What we were thinking is, let's let these two guys go at it again. But
we want to expand it even from there a little bit to include all the interns.
It's going to be, and JT's like, well, I'm not an intern. No, but as Ellis said yesterday, which I laughed my ass off, we are doing a tournament. JT, throw up that graphic that I gave you before, and it is the Battle of the Intern Stars.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the Battle of the Intern Stars. Each week for the next few weeks,
where is it? Where's
two interns, whether they're present interns, they're former interns. At one time, you were an intern on this show, which just will include JTE. It will include Shoesy Pants, Upham, Copster, Ace, even Brendo.
The kid is going to Skype in for this.
Wow.
It's going to be a tournament. It's going to be a tournament. And here's what you guys do when you agree. JT, did you put that logo up? Okay, you did. Okay, so JT, I want your mic on and your camera on. Cody, put the headphones on. Stand over here. First of all, you have to say, do you accept the challenge to face one another tonight? JT?
Yeah, hold on one second. I'm trying to get my computer.
All you have to do is say words.
All
right, JT, do you say yes, or do you accept the challenge?
Of course, I got to school the new guys.
You didn't school him last time. He beat you and went to the...
It was directors as subjectives, not fact.
Okay, fine. And Upham, do you accept the challenge? Correct.
Let's do this.
Now, before you get so excited and say, let's do this, here's what the loser has to do tonight. Whoever loses this contest, okay, after Ken is done taking us out tonight, saying thank you for joining us, that loser has to freestyle rap for 2 minutes out, and whatever it is, whatever you're talking, you have to freestyle rap out about the entire show tonight.
That's what the winner should get.
That's what the winner should get? Wow.
Nice.
So you get the freestyle rap for 2 minutes if you lose.
Don't throw this contest just because you want to freestyle rap, Shay. But nobody wants that.
Yeah, and it can't be about freestyling. Oh, got some eggs and I made some. It's got to be about the show. It has to be about the show tonight.
Include Schmoes, include Ultron.
Yeah.
I got Flow Schmo now.
And it's not always, and it's not always. By the way, when you play, whoever wins will play the winner of, let's say, Joe Ruggiero versus like the Kid or Ace, and maybe you might have to sing a Celine Dion song next time. Who knows?
Maybe it's a Disney tune.
That's right.
Who knows?
Now, so what we're gonna do? We're gonna give you guys intros. So, and we're gonna have theme music for both you guys as well too. So let's have the theme music and picture for Upham. All right, we'll get that ready because we're going to accept our...
Now, the way the game's going to run real quick.
Let's get that picture up there. Okay.
I like it.
Very intimidating theme music.
Yeah, it's very intimidating.
Yeah. Cody's a direct descendant of Vanilla Ice.
Now let's get JTE's music and picture up, please.
Obviously, we were not
What's
talked
that?
to about before this.
Just stop that. Play it. Keep it up.
Oh, man.
Keep it going. He was saying nub nub before.
He can't even pronounce... Oh, my God.
JT's theme song?
If you leave him alone with a woman, he will try to braid her hair. That's a fact about
I'm never
King
gonna
TV.
watch this shit live again. Gotta skip through too much. Fuck off.
Go back to Ballbag City. All right. You're gone.
Kristen George.
Yeah, okay, so I'm sick of these fucking assholes.
Here's how the game is going to work, is that Jete and Upham, we're going to ask you guys a question. Your name is your buzzer, okay? There's 10 questions total. Whoever gets more questions right wins. The loser has to freestyle rap at the end of the show. Now, if Upham buzzes in and he misses the answer, then Jete can steal. So be aware, if you buzz in too early and you get the end of the question, that's your fault. So your timing is everything in life and in this game.
You told him the category, yeah?
The category, fitting with the theme of this week's show, is the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Well, these are Marvel movies. It can be all Marvel, not just the MCU now, but it's Marvel movies it can be from a while back, too.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe.
But the MCU, no, it's not just
the
MCU.
Marvel Cinematic... I'm just reading the prompter.
Oh,
the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
It is not
I don't
just.
go off book on this show, ever.
Okay, here we go. So let's... What is that? Okay, first question then, and you remember, name is your buzzer. You want to ask the first question?
Sure.
All right, go ahead.
Who was the first actor to portray the Punisher?
I think that JT said...
JT?
JT, you got to keep your mic on when you buzz in.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
You're right. There we go.
That should be an automatic point deduction.
Automatic point deduction.
Right. It's Dolph Lundgren. We all know.
Dolph who?
Lundgren. Whatever
Okay,
you want to pronounce it.
we can give it to you, but
I'll give it to you.
the man's name is Dolph Lundgren.
Yvonne Drago.
There's no
How's
D.
that?
Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah.
All right, 1 point. 1 point.
It should be a half
Dolph
point.
Lundgren.
All right, let's see. Okay, next question.
I would have said
Here we
Thomas
go.
Jane.
Which Marvel film had a cast that included Parker Posey?
Josh.
Yeah.
Wait, Parker Posey.
I like how he just buzzes
Superman
in.
4.
Oh my God!
That is not a Marvel.
Okay,
It's not a
for the
Marvel.
steal.
No, you're out. You're
Too
out.
late.
You're
You're
out.
for the steal.
I was thinking the wrong person.
Yeah, no shit.
You were thinking the wrong franchise. You're thinking the
that's
wrong
totally off.
cinematic
You
universe.
weren't thinking of the wrong person because she is in that movie. But
She
it's
is.
Not
Oh man.
but it's not.
All right.
It's not a Marvel.
I know it's not Marvel.
Upham.
I honestly have no idea. I'm gonna go Blade 2.
Oh, so close!
Oh, come on.
So close. Blade Trinity. So close.
Are you sure Parker Posey wasn't in Blade 2 as well?
No, she was in the third one.
Okay, I've never seen it.
with Ryan
Yeah.
Reynolds. All right,
Yeah.
next one. That was close. Hobbs.
Yeah.
All
Okay,
right.
I'm going to give you guys a quote, and you tell me which
JT Ewok has one.
which MCU villain said the following. Here's the quote. You are deluded, Captain. You pretend to be a simple soldier, but in reality, you're just afraid to admit that we have left humanity behind.
Cody,
Yeah.
was that Red Skull?
Correct.
They got it.
Yup. I'm
on the board.
1-1. 1-1. Okay.
Upham's scrappy.
Yeah, he is. All right, here we go. Which
doesn't
character did actor Tim Roth eventually turn into?
Cody.
Josh.
Yeah, Cody got it.
Abomination.
That's correct.
Wow.
I would not have gotten that.
Cody, 2-1.
All right, here we
I'd be
go.
losing
Here we
this
go.
So
All
hard.
right.
Yeah.
What was the villain's name in Thor: The Dark World?
Josh.
We got
Loki.
no.
He was the villain.
That
No.
is incorrect.
he's not.
Are you
He
talking
was
about
not.
Destroyer?
He was not the villain in the third one. Yeah, in Dark World.
You will now stop talking as you missed the question.
Want to take a
I
guess?
honestly don't know his name. It's the pale elf dude. I don't know.
His name is Malekith.
Yeah, that was my second guess.
All right.
Malekith.
All right. So where's that one?
JT Vegas freestyle right.
Yeah. You can do either one.
Okay.
really should.
All right, here we go. What is Black Widow's first name? Cody?
Natasha.
Correct.
He's up 3-1, Christian.
Yeah, okay.
JT, you better start watching 8 Mile, buddy. You got about an hour.
Yep.
JT's a former rapper.
Okay. In the MCU, who plays Senator Stern?
Josh.
Oh, yeah?
Oh my
Larry
God.
Sanders?
Incorrect.
No. Gary Shandling.
You answered Larry Sanders.
Shandling.
Gary Shandling is correct.
No, wait, he can't say that because I said it.
You shouldn't have said it.
Up until
JT, you're playing like an amateur here.
Did I really not just chastise the boy for talking out of turn on the previous
and
question?
he gave him the answers. He goes, JT,
It's not for. It's like you're being paid to throw the match.
Yeah, all right.
I really want to rap.
I think instead we make him doing the Celine Dion if he loses.
It's 4-1.
yeah.
I'd be happy to do that. Yeah.
What are we playing?
Yeah, but you should do one of the old French
Actually, it's
songs.
whoever gets more right. So,
so
you might already be up, but we
it's
got
4-1. It's only 4-1.
4-1.
All right, Ralphie from A Christmas Story is in the MCU. Which
my
film
God,
is
he
he
is?
in?
Josh?
Yeah,
Iron Man?
that's correct.
Okay.
wow.
We have a
4-2.
pulse.
4-2.
We have a pulse.
Where are the other?
All right.
never-
All right.
I
That
would
sound
never
like
have
Iron Man question mark.
Which MCU film includes a group of renegades known as the Ravagers?
Josh?
Yeah.
I believe that is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Correct.
It is. All of a
JT's
sudden,
back.
all of
It's
a
a ball
sudden,
game.
it's 4-3.
All right. Who played Bullseye in
Josh.
Josh?
Colin Farrell.
Correct. It's a tie score.
It is-
See? You got smacked around. That Larry Sanders brought you back to life.
It is 4-4. This is very exciting. It's a tie, and now we have one tiebreaker question that Christian and I did not come up with yet.
Oh,
yeah.
it is. Wait, no, still it's 4-4. We have two questions left.
No, we don't have any questions left.
There was only 8.
No, we got improvised. Yeah, but dear, they missed 2 of them, so
right.
nobody got the point.
Right, you're correct.
So here's
Okay.
what we're gonna do. I'm gonna come up with a question on the fly, and I already have it planted in.
All right.
Are you guys ready? Okay.
Yep.
Cody,
Winner gets it.
JT, the winner gets it. It's
right.
not that hard, guys. So be on your buzzers. Who directed Thor?
Josh.
Josh?
Kenneth Branagh.
Damn it.
Cody's gonna be
That's so easy. I would have That's the one I would have
JT,
gotten.
4-1 comes back. This is a new feud, I think. Remember back in the day when it was you versus Cops? It looks like Upham put up a scrap though.
Look at a crestfallen up. He was Upham. He was Upham 4-1.
Yeah.
And then Upham is now down.
So
And he's
get
gotta-
your rap, buddy.
Wah, wah.
How's that
Yeah,
rap
fine.
going? And no laughing. You got to commit, buddy. Remember the show. Have you been paying attention to the show? JT, good smack. See, that's what JT does. JT comes back.
You know what? I don't know that we can give anybody the win who thinks that Gary Shandling's real name is Larry Sanders.
At least it's a character he played.
Sure.
Even when he pronounces the
Yeah,
names
but you
right,
played it
he
well.
still loses.
Now,
the Gary
because of that,
Shandling
do
show.
you think that contest was an abomination?
No, it sounded great from I was getting our guest in.
Oh, okay.
So it sounded great.
Situated in the
I think
green
it's
room.
great, and you announced the.
I did.
the
Shuzi Pants
return of Suji.
I actually Shuzi versus JT is going to be fun because JT
Well, it might be real.
They had
might be
real-
real.
they had
These
real
two do
beef.
not like each other.
Real rivalry. Alicia, what's up?
Schmoeville has hit 5,000 members.
Very nice.
They have burned the exclamation point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well.
Yes, I'm so. It's
a lot of
it's
people.
actually really being fun to ban people tonight. Blocking.
Why?
I don't know.
What's
Just
going
having.
on?
If I may, in some
Yeah.
cultures, when they say "this sucks cock," it actually means a good thing.
Yeah.
In Ballbag City, that is a term of endearment.
It's the national anthem.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you fancy a cock? It's like
Right.
having a beer.
Excuse me?
Yeah, let's go suck a couple cocks.
Voila.
Yeah.
All right.
That's why I
Cheers.
like it.
Get together.
Yeah, same thing with cigarettes and
Oh, man. We are sucking cock and having beer on the Schmoes No Movie Show.
What happened? We're having beer. Let's do the after hours show.
Dear
He's got
God.
stuff in over in Italy.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
Napzok is absolutely disgusted with us. Right
no, he's not. He's having it. He's probably God knows. He's probably in the bathroom.
I'm
10 minutes
amused
ago.
that the only dignified person here is Tom.
That's
Hey,
insanity.
Excuse me,
I'm not saying
I wasn't
anything.
undignified. I just wasn't
You
necessarily
say it like
dignified.
it's a bad thing,
Yeah.
Mary. Come on.
So look, it's the way it's going to go. And again, we want you guys to tweet in and call in. Let us know. Are you guys seeing Avengers: Age of Ultron? Are you going to see it this weekend? You already have your tickets. Have you already seen it? Are you getting out of the theater and you can't wait to talk about it? I'd really like to talk to somebody who did the marathon, who did the 30 hours of. They literally started with the first Iron Man and they went all the way up through both of them. and that through both Avengers movies, through both everything movies, through Iron Man 3, all that crap, and they finally got to Avengers Age of Ultron.
Somebody in jail? Who would do that?
It's a lot of people have been doing this thing. Yeah.
Someone just asked when the next after-hour show is.
Well, that's a question for the elders.
Well, we talk about it now. I mean, it's.
No, we just had it. That was it.
It was December.
No, that was it.
That was the after-hour show tonight.
Sorry.
I didn't even mention squirting.
Well, I said it because he wasn't there. He wasn't there when Mark wasn't here when we talked about this. I think if we do it again, for those of you who don't know what the after-hour show was, we basically we never put it on there. It was just a live show. It was about as personal can
It was
get.
around Christmas time. I think it was a year to the day before The Force Awakens come out.
Yeah. So what we do, I think
that might have been the day Maud killed Finstock, maybe.
But you know what I'm going to do?
Did Maud kill Finstock? Is that what happened?
Here's what I'm going to do. Because Alicia,
that was fun.
Alicia,
I think Alicia killed Phil.
Let's put Alicia's mic on because you and I kind of came up with the premise for the after-hour show at Chili's one night. Yeah. I'm going to give you right now 6 people that you can put on the after-hour show. Okay. And Mark and I will talk about it, but 6 people. You get to put the 6 people.
Is that in addition to us?
No.
Or are we on the chopping block here?
I think that's the 6. I think that's the 6 people that
including
are
us.
She gets to pick whoever she wants on the 6.
I trust her.
Okay, I'm just going to say this. You know what? I'll reserve my comments, but just remember that I was in Omaha, Nebraska, freezing my little titties off during the first one.
She's going to want you. Alicia gets to pick, and Schmoeville going to help out. You get 6 people that you can put on a table for that.
It's
just going to be. I'm just going to, as I'm going through 6 as I'm circling because I'm going to write it down. Pick your 6 people that you want there for the after show.
I just want to let you guys know we're coming back from commercial in 10 seconds.
Okay, good. and you know the other thing is too, and Schmoeville can go ahead and start saying people that you want. Alicia's going to pick. If we do another after-hour show, these will be the 6 people on the show, and it'll be more sitting in a room like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Red Fury decides.
Yeah, you know what? You can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess 7. Like. Because JT will be engineering, so you can have 7.
It's 7 in the room.
It's a thing where I don't think that we should wait until Christmas time because there's going to be a lot of Star Wars stuff going on. There's going to be a lot of families watching our show.
Maybe we do it in the summer.
We might have to do it sooner.
Summer solstice.
Is there? I'm thinking, is there a way that we do a live one from Comic-Con? There's maybe we.
I don't think
set it up.
I don't think everyone will be there.
Periscope might be a fun tool to use.
Maybe, but maybe we'll do one in the summertime. Alicia. 7 people
right now.
So you get to pick 7 people you want on the after-hour show.
Okay, definitely Maud.
Okay,
because she's fun.
Okay,
definitely Miri because she missed out.
All right,
Are
you in?
Yeah. Sure, I'll do it.
Okay, Mary's in.
Kristian and Mark.
Yeah. Okay.
Definitely want Ken.
Oh yeah.
1.
Tom.
Tom. Wow, you put Tom in there.
1, 2.
Tom is so boring though. Maybe if his alter ego shows up.
Just one last person.
Oh, she's just asking. She's sitting next to
That's not my choice.
No, but it is because you weren't here last time.
Right.
That's what I don't know when he wants to do it.
When you're on the after-hours show, it's as if you're not because I'm in a relationship, you're in a relationship. You're not in one when you're in
as far
as answering, as far as talking. Yeah.
Cops are destroyed on the after-hours.
It's either between Reilly or Copster because he was.
Copster would be an interesting. He'd be an interesting interview.
Yeah,
be an interesting interview. That's all I'll say about it.
How about rotating with the two? If Reilly decides the last minute that he can't do. All right, Riley's in. Okay, so
Reilly and Copster.
All right, so there's your announcement that the after-hours show is coming back.
Sorry, Ace.
Yeah, the after-hours show is coming back, and we'll do it. We will do it. It'll come back probably in the summertime, and it'll be Maude Garrett.
If Maude wants to do it.
Yeah, if she doesn't, we'll have a new one. Miri Jediken, Ken Napzok, myself, Mark, Tom Dagnino, and Mark Reilly. There's your next after-hours show.
Time permitting, Cops.
And here's your next break when we get back.
Can I just say real quick, if anyone's playing Madden that night, I'll be home on PS Online.
No, you won't. You're gonna be engineering the show.
Oh, okay.
What are you talking about? And when we get back, Roger Craig Smith will be here talking Batman, mother Fs. Boom.
Dobby didn't know he was still recording at the end of the last break. Very sorry you had to see that side of Dobby. Let's just forget that happened, okay? So right now we're going to watch a clip from the hit podcast Horror Flicks, starring Cobster and Cody, who is without a doubt the single greatest person in the world. Ever. Enjoy!
Okay, this one is one of the first horror films ever made, and a lot of people praise it.
Oh, I know where you're going.
It's called Nosferatu.
Nosferatu.
I watched that in film class.
Yeah, it's Dracula.
You fucking pretentious.
You.
I didn't want to see it in film class.
I
where
wasted
learned
4
how to
years of my
make
life in
movies.
film school.
Well, you know they use a certain kind of film.
I'm in student loan debt now, yeah.
Hey, how's that degree going? You
Fuck
got a
that
job?
degree.
You're working at Regal.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
No, so it's Dracula, because the director couldn't get the rights to Dracula from Bram Stoker's widow, who owned his estate and everything. So he just named it Nosferatu and kind of changed a few names, but it's the story of Dracula, essentially.
Hey, speaking of the B Team, here's the teaser trailer for their first serious short film, Severance. They actually act and stuff.
What did you do to me?
Alright everyone, that's gonna be it for Derby today. Be sure to subscribe to the Schmoes Know podcast channel where you can catch all of these extra podcasts, behind the scenes clips, and of course, classic episodes, one of which you're about to catch right now. In this one, we see the first time Ken Napzok is crowned the pit boss. Bye everybody!
Go. Hello, Schmoeville. That's right. It's the Schmoes Know podcast. It's me, Kristian Harloff.
And I am Mark Ellis. And are you ready for some fall movies, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah, see, I like that. I know what you're doing. We're gonna
Charging in.
We're going to wait for a second. I want to, of course, introduce our lovely co-host.
Thank you.
Tiffany.
You already did. Mark Ellis.
No,
Stop it.
stop
It's 2 weeks in a row that Kristian was going to give me a compliment intro.
So let me finish my intro, please.
Now he's going to say Ken Napzok.
No, I'm not. I'm going to say the very pretty and lovely Johnny Ice. Johnny Ice, how are you over there, buddy?
There he is.
Steelers are getting ready to go. Nice
On
to see
the
you.
ones and twos, Johnny Ice with his
Welcome.
fantasy draft, much more important than producing and engineering this show.
Welcome back to the States, my friend. I hope you didn't catch anything on your balls. Okay, good. All right, Tiffany Smith, how are you?
Hello, I'm good.
So tonight is a very fun show. We are going. Ken Napzok, our producer, is sitting there as well as Ken.
Don't worry about it.
Ken, the pit boss Napzok. By the way, I want you guys, if you please, Schmoeville, please refer to Ken now as the pit boss when you.
I was going to say, is that going to be a thing?
That's his thing.
It could be a fun, Kenny. It could be a late. I'll tell you what. If it doesn't stick by the end of 2013, then you go back to being Ken the producer.
I like the suit. You see a lot of these pictures
Ken
of JTI's.
the producer. Yeah, that just is kind of bland.
Yeah, you get the pit boss. You've seen these pictures of him when he really fits the role, and God knows what you're doing when you're not here. It's always like, oh, I just shot somebody. It's like,
He's
okay.
reading comic books.
Yeah,
That's what
if
he's
you were
doing.
strictly to go off the pictures that they take of us during the podcast, you see me and Kristian and Tiffany having a good time. Everybody's drinking beer, having a good time. Then you look over, and Kenny, more than not, has a suit on and sunglasses indoor, like top sunglasses for some reason.
Yeah, it is. So he is forever Kenny the pit boss Napzok from now on. So
don't rub it in. Like let the people decide.
I think.
Don't
Look, we got the
influence.
Wild Man, we got the pit boss, we got JTI, who is not here tonight, and you got Fact Timmy Factorson, and then Tiffany, Kristian, and Mark. How
And
about that?
Johnny didn't
the
catch
expert.
anything on his balls ice.
That's right. Okay. All right, Schmoeville, we are back. The Schmoes Know Movie Show. I'm trying to guess what song this is. Oh man,
this
Jason.
is Swift. This is Daredevil.
Swift. Oh, it's Daredevil.
Yeah.
Good call.
Which, by the way, did everybody at the panel see Daredevil?
Nope.
JTE.
I'm too busy watching Friday Night Lights because all of a sudden I discovered it and it's amazing.
Yeah, but Vincent D'Onofrio was in playing Wilson Fisk in Friday Night Lights.
That's true.
Vanessa. I can't do it right now. I had it.
I'm sorry.
I had it on movie.
You know what? We need to get a professional voiceover actor in here.
Oh, there we go. And there we go. He's here. He's
No,
back.
it's you. It's you.
You have Roger Craig Smith back in Schmoeville. Good to have you back. You haven't been back since Phase 3, brother. First time back in the new studio.
It's just like
studio?
what gives.
New studio?
Yeah, what
studio.
gives.
Do you like our new digs? Do you accept our new place as home?
I'm a little offended on this celebration of Avengers and whatnot, and Captain America especially. Obviously, I've got a little bit of a bias on that guy. What's up with the Mexican beer? Everybody's just drinking Mexican beer in
That would
here.
be Tom Dagnino.
I was just handed it, and I
Okay, that's
usually
fine. It's
don't
very
turn down beer
unpatriotic.
when people are
in our
I'm
defense,
Canadian, so
You'll notice.
It's a Boston
lager
right there.
Right?
Yeah, but
I mean, if we're gonna drink American beer, I guess Sam Adams. is
Sam
okay.
Adams, he was like a king or something, right? I mean, King of America. Ken's Googling it right now. King of America.
King of America. That's what he does. Roger Craig Smith is here, and Ken had told me because Roger's awesome. He had actually about 2 years ago for Super Bowl had us all over. We partied at his house. It was,
one of the best spreads.
It was
one
really
of the worst Super Bowls ever.
Yes,
but that
was
tortilla
nuts.
soup.
Oh, man,
oh
so
my
good.
God,
That's the spot, right?
And, it's a shame that it's a crime that you haven't been in sooner. But Ken was like, because you got Batman Ultimate coming out now.
I do Batman. What is it? Batman Ultimate Animal Instincts is coming out on May 12th.
Animal Instincts.
Animal Instincts, right? It sounds kind of, it sounds unfamily friendly, but it's a very family friendly.
Sounds like the cologne in Anchorman. What is it? Sex Panther. Animal Instincts.
So what's it about?
So essentially, I mean, what we've got is you got. It's obviously coming out May 12th, so I don't want to give away like too many plot spoilers, that kind of thing. But we've got Dana Snyder is the voice of the Penguin. He's hilarious in the role. He's awesome in the role. And we've got. I don't want to give away too much. Essentially, what they did with this is they basically made a family-friendly, G-rated, as Will Friedle, who's one of the castmates in this, who's also voiced Batman in the past, said that Bruce Timm told him there should be a Batman for everyone. So we've got all these different dark versions of The Dark Knight, but then they wanted to get something that families could basically sit down and watch together, and it's great. It's got a lot of comedy, a lot of like, what's kind of fun is Batman's he's the straight guy,
right?
In this whole thing. He plays the straight man, I should say. And there's some good banter between all the villains as well as the heroes, and then we've got the Animalitia makes their appearance in this, and it's very cool.
One of my favorite things is villain banter amongst them, deciding how they're going to get the Batman. When they decide to get the Batman, what style Penguin is Dana Snyder voice? Is it more the Burgess Meredith? Is it more Danny DeVito? Is it more just something from the comic books as opposed to the films we've seen?
You know what, I would say it's a blend of all of it, because literally he's got such a very unique voice to begin with, but I would border more Burgess Meredith in terms of that, but maybe more Danny DeVito in terms of like acting style. But he's perfect for
I have a feeling RCS could do all of the acting. He could do all the voices. I just want a video game with just Roger Craig Smith doing every voice.
Who else calls you RCS? Anybody else? Or is that the first one?
Only up here. I grew up as Roger Smith, and when I was doing stand-up, I wanted to get a website, and because Mark didn't know me as in high school, I wasn't like Roger Craig Smith. I was Roger.
Mark's lost his mind. Mark doesn't even know his own name.
Raj. But apparently, I go to register when I was doing stand-up. I wanted to get a website. I go to register it, and RogerSmith.com is a hotel in New York.
Oh, really?
There's a hotel called the Roger Smith Hotel. So I went with Roger Craig Smith, and then I got into the union for acting and all that stuff, and it was the same thing. They're like, you can't go with Roger C. Smith because there's a Roger G. Smith. So I went, all right, how about my full name? And they went,
You know where else there's a Roger Smith Hotel?
What's that?
Ball Bag City. How could nobody pick up on that? Come on, guys.
You know what? I've been there so many times. I just don't even remember the names anymore.
Save it for the after-hour show.
Well, it keeps opening the door.
Ball Bag City?
Yeah. Ball Bag City. It should be. What is
Were you here for that? Were you here for that?
No, don't. I'm not. I'm so hook, line, and sinker right now. I know.
What does the mayor of Ballback City sound like?
Oh, God.
Yo, what's up with naming our city Ball Bag? That close? It's like Badger.
So
that is. Mayor Badger of Ball Bag City. It's a bad Badger, too.
I love the DC.
Yeah. Don't you think his name would be Dick Badger, Mayor of Ball Bag City?
Dick Badger, but Badger has to be like a D in there somewhere.
I love it. We got to create a whole. We just create a whole cartoon.
Have you done a lot of stuff with DC before? Have you done other? You've done other films with them, right? Or this is your first?
A couple things here and there. We did. I mean, for Warner Brothers Montreal, they basically, which is
that's me. That's my
DC.
hometown.
Are you there? You go.
I'm from Montreal. Montreal.
Montreal. I can't. Yes.
That's good. That's great.
Montreal. No, Batman Arkham Origins was basically my first sort of foray into that lore, which was nuts. Right. Like, here you go, be Batman.
Because those movies, I've actually seen a surprising number of the Warner Brother DC animated films, and they're great.
They are.
They're like really good. Wonder Woman's my favorite, even though it was one of their worst sellers.
Really?
Well, it's like her origin story. I don't know. It's good.
Interesting.
I think Gillian Anderson played Wonder
Are you serious?
At one point.
Oh, from the X-Files.
Yeah.
It's a saucy dame right there.
Yeah. I don't know if she was Wonder Woman in, I'm sure somebody will correct me, I don't know if she's Wonder Woman in the Wonder Woman movie, but I know I think she played Diana in Wonder Woman. I could be wrong. But anyway, they're awesome. I love them.
Yeah, they do a good job. It's neat because they've got so many different versions. Like this one.
But a lot of them are PG-13, so it's kind of cool that this is G.
Right. Yeah, well, we actually had a review and a compliment today. Somebody said, I watched this with my son, and it's phenomenal. I had a lot of fun. And I was like, that's what you want. Absolutely. That's literally what they're doing this for. There's a toy line, obviously, to support it as well, or for this to be in support of, but they're doing something that's accessible for families. So it's G, and it's like
and
there's nothing.
When is it? May
12th.
May 12th. And where can people find that?
DVD, video on demand, I believe. I don't know. I would imagine like Apple TV, that kind of thing.
All right, Uncle of the Year just got another feather in his cap.
There you go.
There you go. My nephew Sammy's birthday coming up later this year. He's getting
Sammy.
Yeah.
Now for Roger Craig. So if they a lot of Schmoeville now, if they have seen you for the first time here too, can you give? I know we talked about this a little bit last time you were on too, but some of the other things that you've done that they may or may not know you from.
Let's see. So Batman in Batman Arkham Origins, the video game. I'm on Clarence, which is on Cartoon Network. I played Belson and Percy. I was Thomas the intern, sort of still am on regular show, but also doing a ton of like incidental characters on regular show. I narrate Sayus the Dress. Because you started to. You went, and you know, it's like nobody else did.
It was for the regular show, not for Sayus.
Okay, of course. So it was a delayed reaction.
I've had a couple of beers, Mexican
beers. A lot of
Ezio
screams here.
Ezio Auditore da Firenze from Assassin's Creed, which was where I learned how to say Montreal. But we actually had him butcher. We had him butcher the actual French in Assassin's Creed. I was playing a very butchered Italian accent, trying to speak French, and there was a gag in it where, like, at one point, he's calling up to these guards and
the
says some
original
stuff in
Assassin's
French.
Creed.
Assassin's Creed 2.
Okay.
From 2, Brotherhood, and Revelations was my character arc.
Are all those voices just in your repertoire? Can you naturally do them or pick them up, or do you have to really do the research? You have to Rosetta Stone to do something like a broken Italian accent, or is it somewhere in your head already?
No, that one was weird. I auditioned and I went in and said I don't know that I can do Italian. I might be able to fake Spanish, that kind of thing. So,
which is a great way to open an audition.
They were like, yeah, go ahead and try that. It's like and so went in and they said, no, we're gonna have a dialect coach no matter what as well. So I actually worked with Ida Darvish in a weird roundabout plug too. She is the wife of Josh Gad.
Right.
So Josh Gad, it was really funny. She left halfway through Brotherhood, and I was bummed out because we all forged a great relationship working together. And I'm like, what happened to Ida? And she had to go. Her husband got a job. I'm like, where? Like New York. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm thinking, wow, that's a bummer for her. No, being one of the founding cast members of Book of Mormon's a pretty good job. The original Elder Cunningham, I believe. But yeah, so I worked with Ida, and then Peter Arpacello was my dialect coach from like halfway through Brotherhood and Revelations, and they would parrot the lines to me. Essentially, like if it was Ida, especially in the beginning, there were so many lines actually in the language of Italian that I would sit there and I could understand a little bit of it, having taken some Spanish. But the rules are a little different here and there, and she would say, like, okay, say it like this, and then I'd kind of parrot it back and forth, and then she'd give me the thumbs up, we'd give the thumbs up to the director, we'd roll, we'd try to make sure the performance was good from thumbs up out there, and that the dialect was okay, and then we go from there. So it's literally like, I go back and watch some of those videos and hear me speaking Italian, I'm like, what? Yeah. Because I don't remember it. It's like, it goes that quick.
So you can't jump into the SEO voice anymore, too?
It depends on the SEO. But what's funny is I hate doing it because I don't want to butcher.
Right.
Because I don't have a dialect coach to go, no, don't do it like
but
that.
So have you worked with dialect coaches before this? Like, is that something you've done
That was
before?
my first time. It was my first time working. Yeah. I actually don't do accents well. Like a
I got
broad
one for
comedy
you.
stuff. All right, what do you got?
One for you. How about, because when Mark Hamill was on the show, he actually did the Joker, and it's our opening.
Yeah.
And so Sonic is also a big character.
Okay. Yeah.
Can we tell, who's your favorite one to do? Who's your favorite one to do?
Jesse Ventura.
Yes, the body, baby.
You know what's funny is he's Frank Smith, who's Margaret's dad on regular show.
Oh.
And the way that came about is they were going to get Jesse Ventura to do like an episode, and JG's sitting there, he's like, hey, you want to scratch that for us? I'm like, sure. And he's like, Jesse Ventura. I'm like, oh yeah, that guy with the snap into his Slim Jim. He's like, no, that's Randy Marshman. And I was like, oh, and then I'm like, oh wait, the governor guy from Minnesota? And I was like, right now your government is doing things you can't even imagine. Right? I am off the grid, even though I am on a podcast every week.
I do not need any sort of electricity. You're darn tootin'.
Right?
I gotta set something up then.
It's gonna be DJ style.
I
Here.
want to.
You opened it up.
It's gonna be for you too. I want to put Jesse Ventura and I want to put Arnold back in the helicopter.
Oh, no.
We're going to fight the Predator again.
God, what was the line?
Do it now.
Listen, get to the top.
No, listen, Jesse, I have to be honest with you. You yell and you scream and you do all that stuff, but the conspiracies, they're not fantastic. You say this and you say that, but there's a lot of screaming.
Listen, Arnold, we've both been in government. We know what's going on.
Yes, but you're not supposed to.
You are a puppet of the system. I am off the grid. I no longer need electricity, even though I am talking into a microphone.
Apparently you don't. You need the barber, too, because the ponytail's very dated. What I would tell you to do is keep your mouth shut and maybe get some more jobs, and maybe even put you in Terminator Genisys.
Just like I told that little pansy Jim Norton, who I almost destroyed on Opie and Anthony, if you recall. Good sir.
There's a reason they put you on, because she's the joke.
Shut up and say get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
There we go.
I feel like I was in the hell.
That's amazing.
You trained thespians put me back in 1987 going into that jungle. Job well done.
Can we continue the wrestling thing? Can you do Stone Cold? You make me sick.
Oh man, it's like I'm thinking of The Rock.
Yeah, see,
Stone Cold
I don't remember. I'd have to like.
you have to get into that.
Yeah, you gotta see it. Like,
can you tell? Can you
I can't
tell?
see. Look at that.
How about
Dance monkey,
as
and I'm
Sonic?
like, I don't know.
How about Sonic? As Sonic, tell the ball bags of Schmoeville to stop
do
spoiling.
that.
You can't do that.
Well, I'm not going to say that.
All right,
not in the character.
Not for
voice.
that character, because he's a kid.
Yeah,
He's a working professional.
I get it.
Badger,
That makes
he was
sense.
on Breaking
I
Bad. He can
understand
do
that.
ball bag stuff.
All right, let's have Badger from Breaking Bad tell these people to stop being ball bags and spoiling the Avengers.
Yo, what's up with all the ball bagging going on? By the way, have you guys heard my idea about the Star Trek script?
Yeah, that's so
Intestines
good.
in outer space. Stop ruining.
I can't do it right now. I did the Jesse. It's like
I can't. Yo,
he's up there. And it's tough for me. Yeah, sorry. That's like I literally don't have
range.
Yeah,
when you go from Ventura all the way
booked
up.
3 jobs, by the way.
There you go. Nice. Good.
They're all on this show. They're not paid.
Exactly.
Still, congratulations.
Doing promos.
You're gonna be working. You're gonna be driving JTE home.
There you go. Exactly. That's good. I'm good.
Yeah. So Batman Ultimate comes out, and it sounds like a lot of fun, man.
It is. It's Batman Unlimited, not Ultimate. Was it saying Ultimate earlier?
Yeah.
I think we did. And it was so funny. My brain was going, Batman Ultimate. That's not it. Batman Unlimited Animal Instincts. I said that I might have.
Batman Ultron. It's a matchup
Batman
of Marvel
Unlimited
and
Animal
DC.
Instincts. May 12th. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a very family friendly. It's a fun. It's like obviously with what we did with Arkham Origins, it's a little darker. It's a little more geared towards a more mature audience, and this is definitely not that kind of film.
What about immature like me?
Oh, definitely. It's definitely immature.
No,
I think so.
I like immature things.
Yeah.
You like visiting
I've had a
immature
couple-
cities.
That means
Had a
beer
couple
too.
of beers.
Yeah. Unpatriotic beers at that.
I'm Canadian, so they're
that's
all.
what I meant.
They meet in the middle of the United States.
She's a traitor anyway.
Oh, you want some Molson, eh? Yeah.
Can you guys just scream French at each other?
Montreal!
No.
No, I could swear in like Quebecois French, but I'm not going to. 'Cause
No,
it's rude.
that's
a bit
after
rude.
all the comments you guys have made earlier on the podcast, that would be inappropriate. That would be so inappropriate.
Yeah. All right. So so Roger Craig Smith's here as well too, and you have a couple giveaways to give to
I do.
Schmoeville.
I got a few toys that I brought. We've got obviously with. Please look at that. Ooh,
look at this.
Batman. It's a Batman.
So it's not quite Batman Unlimited Animal Instincts toys. Just yet.
What else?
Oh, Cap.
Oh, are we?
That's right, because I'm Captain America and Avengers Assemble on Disney XD.
JT didn't put the camera on you either times. So
I was doing the camera. He's doing a thumbs up in there.
It's very Price is Right. What are you doing?
Wait, hold on. He said give you 2 minutes. JT, give me the sign.
No, I put him on camera both times.
Oh, you did? Yeah, okay. I thought you gave me the flailing arms like you didn't know.
Wait, what are we doing?
No, you're showing up. We're going to give this away, and Roger Craig Smith, will you autograph both of these?
Alicia, I think you might have found another calling.
It's definitely we've lost control.
Now I'm a variety show.
Gallery of
I'm done.
inmates are running my asylum.
What are we doing? I don't know. How are you guys giving these away?
We got to try to get order first. So let's. That's not going to happen. We're going to give these away, but Reilly, we also have a giveaway on Paramount from Paramount that we just from Tuesday. What was, and the actual
The Gambler.
The Gambler. We're going to give away autographed. So can you tell us exactly what that is? So we give a whole bunch of stuff to give away.
And much like the Gambler, Alicia's got to know when to hold them.
So good.
Roger.
Oh, no.
So what do we?
Comedy gold.
All right, so let's do. What kind of giveaway you want to do for the fans? You want to have? We'll have someone call in, and if you call in right now, 424-253-0504.
What about doing an impression?
Yeah.
Oh, for an
that's a
impression.
good idea.
Yeah.
Give a good impression to Roger Craig Smith on the phone. You got to do your best impression on the phone, and if he likes your impression, and don't, but be.
I'm gonna be critical. I'm gonna be super critical.
If it sucks,
I'm a professional.
I know. So
I'm a professional.
So
You sound like the guy in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
only call in if you have a good. If you can do an impression.
What country do you think this is?
Exactly.
424-253
very good character.
0504.
Yeah, call right now. Try to do your impression for Roger Craig Smith. It might not be Roger Craig Smith grading it. It might be Jesse the Body Ventura actually grading the impression. So try that. We should probably do a tweet one too, right? We should probably somebody can tweet in and win a toy. So tweet in and let us know what impression you think Roger Craig Smith should attempt.
Yes.
Oh, that's fair.
And it's been hugged by
And
me.
it's-
So
Are you ready?
free
Hugged
hugs.
by Alicia Malone.
It's really chaotic, guys. Let's bring it down. Let's bring it down.
A little bit softer now.
Yeah,
a little bit.
seriously.
I have a question about toys in general, though. While we're working on the contest, is it still cool to keep toys unopened, or are they valuable? Are they valuable out of the box? Are they valuable in the box? Are you going to autograph the actual toy, or are you going to autograph the box?
Speaking of Ferris Bueller's, like the Ferrari, just sat there. All he does is rub it with a diaper.
250 GT California, you mean?
Was it 250? Was it a 250 GT?
I
You
think it
take
was.
these out of the box and you play with them. I think that's what you do here.
All right, here we go. Let's get one of Schmoeville in here.
They're only.
I don't get people who leave their toys.
We have a caller, everybody. Everybody, we have a caller.
Hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
Hey, it's Leanne from Jersey. How you
New Ford owner, Leanne. Congrats on the new ride.
Leanne, so you got an impression to do for Roger Craig Smith?
What do you got? I have Marvin the Martian.
Marvin
the Martian.
Okay, let's hear it.
Let's go.
Better be good.
Okay, I hope it is. I'm going to try my hardest. Okay?
All right, there we go.
Where's the kaboom? There's supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom.
It's solid.
You like
She
it?
kicked it in there in the second half. She kicked it in the second half. You almost sounded like you had a southern accent when you said, like, I'm going to give it my best shot, y'all. Hey, y'all, I'm from Jersey. I'm just a good old country Jersey gal.
Yo, motherfuckers, I'm from Alaska.
I'm
Inuit. Do a Jersey accent. You know, Ellis, that thing you've never heard before.
Dinosaurs.
So do you? So does Leanne
Well,
win?
but we got to. Well, here's the thing. Compared to who? Is that unfair? I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna give it. She's the first one to call in.
Yeah,
she gave
so
it
she
a
gets
solid effort.
What does she get?
What would you like, Captain America
or Batman?
Captain America.
There you go. Good call. Age of Ultron.
Way to go, Leanne. And JT will be shipping out that to you with his own money. Okay, next.
Nicely done.
Tough but fair.
All right, who else?
Next caller. Hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
Hey, it's Jacob from Minnesota.
All right, Jacob, you got it.
From Minnesota.
There you go.
I know you,
Jesse.
Jacob. I watch you sleep at night.
Jacob, you got an impression for us?
Yeah, it's Mark Wahlberg.
All right. That's a good one.
okay.
All right, what do you got? Miri got excited.
Yeah.
Hi, it's Mark Wahlberg.
More.
How's it going, chickens, huh?
Win. Right off the bat.
Right off the bat, he won.
That's a winner. All right. We've got, now here's the thing. You got to choose wisely. We've only got one more cap left.
Or two Batmans.
Or three Batmans.
Three Batmans.
Batman.
What do you got?
Batman.
Oh, no.
Batites.
You know what? Go ahead. What do you got? What do you got, Jacob? Which one do you want? Which one do you want? You want Batman or Cap?
Batman.
All right.
Nice.
And because you did Wahlberg, you won the Gambler as well, too.
Wait. I'm going to try to break the record.
Autographed by Wahlberg.
I'm going to break the record and go for a triple play. Jacob, you're in Minnesota?
Yeah.
You want to go to the comedy show next week in Minneapolis?
I wish. I think I'm busy.
Friend zone!
He's washing his hair.
It's okay, man, but you're a really nice guy.
Such a bad.
Great personality, though, Mark. You're okay.
Hey, wait,
Thanks, that's so nice. That's a nice effort.
That was a really good Mark Wahlberg, but Andy Samberg does a great one
He
on
does.
SNL.
He's the best.
You're a donkey. You know that one? It's like, hey, donkey.
Cobster does a pretty good one, too. Cobster, who, may he rest in peace. I
Next
believe
one for
passed
the
away.
Batman, you have Ralph calling in who's going to do a Gary Busey impression.
Ooh.
I believe that I deserve the Batman impression. I'm going to pull off the left side of Batman's mask and wear it on my right toe and tell everybody that pigs make oranges taste better.
Pull out your endocrine system.
Was a really weird call. I know, Roger. I don't know if you give a toy to that.
Was that Ralph?
It was Ralph.
Oh my God.
Ralph blows it.
Looks like a no.
All right, Ralph blows it. Okay, let's get the next caller. Hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got? Who we got? Who we got?
Excuse me, some ducks walking around.
I'm going to let him keep going. Is that your impression?
I think you might want to get the door. Seems to be an intruder invading.
Did you do the farts too, or is that them? Did you do the farts?
No, he did it.
Yeah, he did the farts.
I was doing the farts.
He did all of them.
Oh, I thought he got
I don't know what
it.
you're talking about.
Oh, he got me. He got
Do
me.
I win? I want a Batman doll.
So wait, we had nobody on that whole entire time?
That was just Roger. You should say,
Did you call it yourself?
No,
but I'm saying you're called.
Nothing happened.
Someone doesn't know what the hell's
dead
going
air.
on.
So I did the.
Well, you were looking at the screen, see, Kristian. Roger does a lot of voices.
Wait. I heard someone.
Yeah, that was a different.
All right. Hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
Hello?
JT, go to the next call, for God's sakes, man. All right. Hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got? Hey, turn your...
God, it's a party line, you guys.
Turn your computer down. Hey, you're in...
Computer down.
What me to turn down my mic computer.
Fuck it.
Turn down your computer.
Do I get the toys?
Yeah, you're winning at this
I
point.
think Roger wins his own toy shot.
Good.
Ken, it's over. Let's get the freestyle
done?
ready. We have no order on the show.
You guys are not appreciating a comic genius at work here. I love the fact that the phones aren't working at all because it actually works better because Roger is doing literally every impression, and he is a maestro of the fart sound.
Yes.
If you need someone at a birthday party, at a wedding, at a funeral to make a funny joke, and you need someone to plant a fart sound and not know who did it, RCS is the guy to call.
So he's like he can throw sound. What's that called? When a person can
throwing sound.
Yeah.
I believe is what it's called. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
All right. All right, next. That's what he did to Tiffany last time. Tiffany couldn't hold it together.
It's so good.
Miri is in the same boat as Tiffany. Tiffany, last time he destroyed Tiffany, and now Miri is gone.
Seriously, though, guys, let's take a call.
You know what's great? People are tuning in right now to watch the Avengers Age of Ultron, and all they're getting is
Montreal, Canada, you're on.
Hey, you're in Schmoeville.
Who is this?
Who do we got?
Hello there, Schmoeville.
Hello.
Hi.
Who's this?
Well, I don't know yet.
You don't
Okay.
know? Okay.
He's very method.
All right. So who do you got? Let's get this going because we have a little bit of time left.
I'll just talk Britishly.
Okay.
Well, I can talk very Britishly in my accent, but what would have been in a while is
It's almost Dobby.
No, don't bail on it. Give us one more line. Say, I've got a bloody nose. But do it with a British accent.
All right, it was a valiant effort. Let's go to the next call.
All right.
Hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
This is Carlos.
Hey, Carl Lewis. So, what?
Carl Lewis. My goodness.
So
he sounds like he's doing well.
All right, Carl Lewis. So give us what's your best impression? Try to win that Batman.
The Macho Man, Randy Savage.
Let's do it.
Oh yeah,
Here we
my
go.
favorite. Let's go.
There we go. Got gas?
Oh yeah.
Sounds like
Mark Ellis. Your show is amazing. I don't know.
That's pretty good. That's a little.
Yeah, it sounded like he's taking her shit, brother, but I can dig it.
That's
Margulis.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if he was calling me out or if he was a fan.
Yeah.
Like it was a
You got Miri Jediken drunk off 2 Mexican beers.
Not even. I had one, and I had a little
That's a
wine
winner.
before, but
That's a winner. He did it because he incorporated Mark Ellis.
Macho Man taking a shit wins. Yeah.
Macho Man, what's your choice? Batman or Cap?
Batman.
Nice.
Batman.
You got it. Well done.
All right,
There
the
we go.
Batman. I hope
Okay.
someone's taking note of who's winning.
Well, yeah, Ken's been taking notes the whole time. So next, all right, final caller in this
Ken, you got some boob sweat right
chaotic
there.
show. On
Ken's
Schmoevillian.
lactating.
All right, last caller. Who do we got? Who do we got?
Hey, what's up? This is Alex from Pensacola, Florida.
Alex, you got a
All right,
good one
Alex.
for us, or what?
Yeah, I got Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget.
Oh, all right. All right,
That's a tough one to do.
Yeah, I'm going in hard.
Let's do it.
I'll get you next time, Gadget.
That's hands down.
That sounded too good. That sounded
I
genetically
think he
good.
gets both.
That sounded altered. That sounded altered to me. Can you do it? Can you do it one more time?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
I'll get you next time, Gadget.
That's it.
Yeah, that's legit.
That's
Yes.
him.
Way to go. I'm
Well
sorry
done.
I ever doubted you.
Well played.
All right. So he gets actually one more, right?
I think you should get both toys for that because it was so good.
I'm not drunk.
Let's
not
go.
bad.
You want one?
Let's do one. We'll do one more because I want to get one more
50-50.
impression. What do
What's
you
your
want?
choice?
Cap or Batman?
Batman.
Batman, duh.
There you go.
Batman.
All right. Okay. So
Well done. Inspector.
Todos los dias. Who keeps farting? All right, let's go.
For the record, I'm not drunk. I'm just drunk with power.
Okay, let's go. You're on the wrong show. Let's go. All right, hey, you're in Schmoevillian. What do we got?
Hello, this is Patrick Hokie. And
You're just like you're like the phone master too. Who do you got? Who's your
all
person?
right, I've got a couple, but I think my favorite is Christopher Walken, like doing his part.
All right.
Okay, now here's the thing,
Walken.
dude. Here's the thing. If you're gonna go for a walk-in, it's got to be a good walk-in.
Full walk-in.
'Cause a lot of people.
You've been very Paul Abdul tonight, and not Simon Cowell. I'm just saying.
think so?
Yeah, tonight? Yeah, you've been giving away like to everyone.
It's the legs.
All right. That's all.
Not
So-
prescription
'cause I'm showing-
painkillers.
So let,
What?
All right, Hogue, we have a limited amount of time left. We need to hear this walk and make it good. Go.
Well, now, too, you got to make sure, no matter when you're doing Christopher Walken, you got to make sure that for 40 years,
No.
if it's going to be Christopher Walken, you got to do it.
Okay,
Why?
okay, hang on. You got the upper register. Now do the lower one where he goes, that's crazy. Like when he goes low.
Well, now, if you're doing Christopher Walken, you got the friends. I make sure, no matter what.
All right, yeah,
Good.
that's good. Yeah, it's good.
I think you did it.
Yeah,
That's good.
Give it up. Give it up.
All
A lot of talent in Schmoevillian.
Hoagie,
Well
Captain
done.
America.
Well
All right,
done.
Schmoevillian. It was an absolutely crazy show tonight, and I'd like to thank Roger Craig Smith.
Thank you for having me on. Thank you,
making
thank
it
you.
as crazy as you usually
Thank
do.
you, thank
Thank you.
And
so much.
you're doing the folks can find you on Twitter. Is it just at Roger
At
Craig
Roger
Smith?
Craig Smith. Yes, follow me there because I'll be tweeting all sorts of stuff that's coming out this summer, and I'll probably see you guys at San Diego Comic Con.
Of course, yeah, we'll see you.
Bring your tortilla soup. I miss
Bring my
it.
tortilla soup.
Yes, and then,
famous for my
Cody, I
tortilla
got
soup.
anything else I got to bring up?
If nothing else.
No. One thing too. By the way, Miri Jediken, who's been on this show a handful of times
yeah.
and holding the fort down.
Usually not this drunk, but still.
I'm not drunk.
Yeah.
I'm drunk.
No, you get angry when you get drunk, and I get it. You get defensive.
I'm actually just having
You're
a
not
good
the
time.
you are not the first co-host to be drunk on the show. I
I'm
can tell you
not.
that.
Not the last.
Yeah, you're not the last.
Canadian.
Yeah.
You guys are.
You guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in the next show. Now, are you?
No, I'm fine. I swear.
Now, there's two things I want to bring up.
He made me cry.
Listen,
anyway,
first
I'm
thing,
listening.
first thing, you're going to be next week. It'll be me, you, and Chris Stuckman doing the Avengers spoiler.
I hope so, yeah.
Okay, and then
I'll call it.
Working on it. I'm working
There's
on
a special announcement that you wanted to tell Schmoeville, right?
Yeah, Schmoeville. I am starting a YouTube channel
Yeah.
in the near future. And I need some banner art.
Yeah,
right?
So Leanne has created some
I know
banner art
Leanne
for
is the
us.
jam.
Schmoeville and General, and what's the name of the channel going to be?
Miri at the. See, I'm drunk on fart toast, okay, guys?
Is that a
Way to fart on her moment.
Sniping it right in
Way
there.
to fart right on her moment. All right, let's stop farting for
I
a
don't know. I
second.
guess I don't really have a name yet, but I think Miri at the movies.
Okay, so
or
let's
movies with Miri.
Movies,
Whichever one you guys prefer.
Someone out there, someone do Miri at the movies and someone do movies with Miri. Do a banner for
Whichever
her.
one I like better.
Yeah, so with Schmoeville, of course, it has a lot of great stuff going on there. Submit them, and then maybe we'll talk again.
See
Because
you laughing at me.
they've done some great ones out there.
That's
before
right.
in the
Miri
past.
she'll be reviewing movies, she'll be drinking, she'll be laughing at gastrointestinal humor.
Speaking of drinking,
I have a soft spot for
we've confirmed that we're going to do the after hours show again. It came up, and the contestants on.
Boy,
After
is this
Show-
murderer's row.
Maude Garrett, Alicia Malone, Mark Reilly, Tom Dagnino, myself, Mark Ellis, and Miri Jediken are going to be on the After Hours panel. Yep, as do I. It's going to be pretty nuts, and that'll probably be coming up in June.
Maybe Ken, yeah.
So start getting ready for that one. The After Hours show will be back. Roger Craig Smith again. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, guys.
Upham, Upham, you're getting ready pretty soon. We're gonna. It's going to be. You want to do it first, Ken? Let him rap.
Are we putting him on camera as he raps?
Yes, yeah. So Roger, so he lost the battle today, and he's got to freestyle rap us out. So when he's done, Ken, do you want to?
Where's the rhythm?
We're gonna have a beat in a second. Do you want to just do the intro out first, and then have him, and then he'll just rap us right out of it?
Yeah, so make sure you guys check out our merch store, tpublic.com/schmoes. You can get all kinds of cool shirts inside and outside of Schmoeville, and I'll be at the Acme Comedy Club in Minneapolis, Minnesota, next Wednesday through Sunday.
Check out schmoesno.com. Mark Reilly and Alex Welch and all the great writers out there kicking ass every day to get you the latest movie news. All right, let's get going.
And Alicia Malone.
Oh, didn't just say Alicia Malone. Alicia, sorry. Alicia?
Alicia Malone.
Alicia Malone.
Check out Alicia Malone.
Thanks for sitting on the couch, Alicia.
Yes, Alicia, thanks for being awesome. Alicia will be back in about 3 weeks or so.
Peace out, mother F.
Thank you. Okay, let's Ken take us out, and then
caps up.
Don't. And this is like post credits for the Avengers. Stick around so you watch the freestyle rap disaster of Upham.
For producers Kristian Harloff, Mark Ellis, the entire Schmoes Know crew, we would like to thank you for listening to the Schmoes Know movie show. Promotional consideration provided by whatever beer Roger and Finstock brought, and schmoesno.com. Special thanks to Kevin Undergaro and Maria Benunos, the author of Every Girl's Guide to Diet and Fitness in stores now. To watch or listen to other Schmoes episodes, get movie news, and join the conversation, be sure to visit schmoesno.com. The views expressed were the opinions of the host and do not necessarily reflect the views of the network, especially anything Jesse the Body Ventura said. I'm the pit boss. And this has been a presentation of Schmoes Know. Take it away, Cody.
Put the headphones on. Here we go. Give him a beat, JT.
Yo.
Wait, is that a rap beat? Here we go.
What up, Schmoeville? Is it gonna start?
Turn our mics off. Turn our mics off.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm sitting here wondering why Mark couldn't ask a question about Tony Stark, but instead he had to ask about Thor, which is more boring than staring at an open door. I used to think I was good at these games, but now I realize I'm kinda lame. At least I'm still better than JTE at better understanding my ABCs. But tonight's show was pretty cool. If you don't like Marvel, then you're a fool. Avengers 2 was not a toll. If you spoil the details, then you're a troll. JTE was working the phones while Tom was busy staring at Miri's cheekbones. Some people in the comments thought they were being witty, but really they belong in Ballbag City. Whatever JT missed some calls, I'll make sure to punch him in the balls. Alright, that last one didn't make much sense. Much like San Francisco Giants outfielder Hunter Pence. Okay, I forgot, I gotta keep this schmo related. Next time, tell me happy birthday, it better not be belated. Alright, I gotta go before Harloff stops me. Pretty soon he's gonna yell out,
I got him! Great kid! Don't get cocky!
BAM!
Alright, Schmoes Know movies. That was a freestyle, but we're out, Mother F's. Absolutely no rhythm.